I can hear you good.
Okay, cool.
Hi, everyone. Thumbs up if you guys see us and you can hear us. I'm using a new system, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So y'all bear with me.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Everybody, thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can
Can
hear
y'all
you.
hear? Oh, you can hear me. They saying no sound.
They saying what?
No sound. I mean, how
Can't
can
hear
be
me?
no sound? Because the mics are working. I got the auto working. Testing. I'm testing the auto. It's working.
You
So
got
everything is.
muted.
So
I hear
everybody
you
said they can
talking.
hear us. Some people
They
say
can't.
they can. Okay.
They can hear us.
Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you guys can hear us.
Always trying to help people out.
They can hear us. They can hear us. Because I hear us. Okay. Okay, just wait a minute for the calls. Let me introduce. We already know what we talked about yesterday, but I want to recap on what we talked about. Um, Don is here to take your phone calls and answer your questions. And so today we are going to be respectful. We're going to agree to disagree. We are not on a playground, but we're here as adults, okay? So we're not going to be ugly. We're going to represent Robert in the professional right way. And he's nice enough to be on here to answer you guys' questions. So my moderators, watch each other and watch other people. If you're rude on here, get them out. I'm not going to even give a warning. Just get out. Okay. So call in, ask your questions, and be polite. Okay. This is a devastating thing for Robert and his family and his friends and us as well. And so let's respect what Don's doing. Okay. And let's respect each other and each other opinions. And we're not gonna say the B word on here. Okay. No B words. I respect everybody's opinion. So when Don can introduce himself, y'all already know who Don is. He don't need no introduction, but I let him repeat who he is to Robert.
Environment consultant friend. Um, that's pretty much it. I've been knowing him for going on 30 years now, and and that's pretty much it. So, and right now, I'm actually getting information to his fan base so they can assist with whatever's necessary. I mean, right now is legal team is not performing adequately.
Mhm.
There are people that have eluded um, scrutiny and attention when it comes down to putting out his information. But when when it comes down to the general public knowing about them and who they are, and why is that someone who's prone to breaking the law, um, misusing and abusing their positions in life, how is it they can use what the judicial system is dependent on to um, adjudicate him, which is an improper process of
Mhm.
people throwing the stones or hiding their hands. So I want to just bring them out so people can know who they are, and hopefully, something can be done to bring shine light on some of these people before the jury is sequestered. In that way, when they give a testimony, it's noted who they are. That's it.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming in. So when you ready, let me know if you did you take some aspirin, some Tylenol, some kind of headache medication, because you see they already ready. So I guess we ready.
For this first caller, just keep it light. I
Yeah,
think that
keep
was
it.
kind of funny.
We're gonna this is how it's gonna work. How you doing? Thank you for calling and joining us on Texas Black Diamond with Don Russell. This is how we're gonna do it. One question, okay? One question, and let him answer the question, and then we're gonna move on to the next person so everybody can get a chance to get their questions in, because he's gonna go over to Miss Faze later on, but they just gonna do a personal interview. She's gonna interview him, but I'm giving you guys the opportunity because you guys always like talking to the bloggers, and so you have your opportunity now. So, but be respectful. And what's your name and where you from?
All right, so I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from New York. My name is Tim. How you doing, Mr. Don Russell?
Hey, how's it going? I'm good.
It's good. So I have a question. I ran across some footage on YouTube. You know, I'm a big fan of R.Kelly. I think he's innocent. I ran across some footage on YouTube. I saw an interview you did with a Fox News lady, and the responses that you were giving to the Fox News lady, it was like you were defending him, but then on top of that, it was like you were saying, yeah, there are some tapes. So it's like from a person looking out on the outside on your response, it was like you were defending him, and it was like
turn it up a little
basically basically against him. That's how when you if you look at that specific interview when they ask you are there tapes, does he have a problem? And it's like he needs to see a psychiatrist. So I was kind of confused because it seems like, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general, it seems like the type of people R.Kelly has around him is like 1 minute they when they give a response is like are they with him, and then like your response is like they're all lying, but then on the other hand it's like he has a problem. So I just wanted to know your response, and I don't know if you know the particular interview that I'm talking about. It was when he was in jail, and they asked you were there tapes, and he was like, yeah, there are tapes. And it was like you were saying he was innocent, and then on one hand you was in with your responses. I don't know word for word, but if you look at it, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Do you have anything to say on that?
Well, it seems like the main focus is one, the interview, and the second, the tapes, my response to the tapes. So one, the interview was diced up, and certain parts will probably be taken out to make it, feel a certain way for you. But your vantage point, I'm not going, everybody interprets things differently. And simply what I said was simple. There are tapes that we know there are tapes that exist. That I would be lying to say that there are no tapes that exist. The content of the tape is what they didn't add. They never asked me what was on the tapes. What I specifically said in that interview was that his management team, Barry Hagerson, which was at the time, and Daryl McDavid, advised him to make sure he taped his sexual encounters. Because why? Because in the event that some young lady wanted to go back and say, you raped me or whatever be the case, then he had proof that it was consensual. So
right.
A number of things from signing consent forms and all that kind of stuff. But back then, we're not talking about yesterday and today, and I need people to understand that this was 20 years ago that those tapes were recorded.
No, we all know they're liars, man. Like, I'm a huge fan of them. I done the work. Them girls is liars, man, and I can't wait until they need to be indicting the parents. They need to be indicting Barry Hagerson. He's been a crook. So, I mean, I just hope that he gets acquitted again and vindicated. I don't mean to cut you short because it bothers me, man. Like, I'm a huge fan of him, and it bothers me that people can't read between the lines of what's going on. Pardon me, but these girls are hoes. And they, excuse me, miss, I don't mean to say it like that. That's what they are. You understand what I'm saying? And then you coming out from the Woolworths before it was 40s woman. Now it's like, it's really ridiculous, and I really hope that he gets vindicated. I really do. And I really hope that he cleans his circle up and cuts the people off that were hindrance to him getting into the situation that he's currently in now. Because it's a sad situation. Honestly, it really is. It's a sad situation.
Okay.
And he needs to stop being forgiving to certain people because you could be forgiven, but then you bring certain people back in, and then they, so.
It sounds like you were there. It sounds like you were there because that's exactly what the issue was. And to myself, the reason I was able to get in and get access to so much because I had known him 30 years. He knew I didn't need anything from him. Rob knew what, my industry connects. He knew what I did in the industry. He knew what what businesses that I own, because a lot of times I tried to do some joint ventures with my company and some of the other companies that I own as well, or I sit on the board of, and they just didn't happen, whatever. But I was always bringing opportunity, and they didn't happen because I dealt directly with Rob. I didn't have to go to Daryl McDavid or Barry Hankerson. So when it came down to the business elements in those deals, this was 30 years ago now. I'm sorry, 20 years ago. Those didn't happen. So we just stayed cool over the years. We stayed cool, and fast forwarding to that interview. It's another part element to that interview that people don't know. So first we were at Biggs. This is right after he got released. And I was the car behind his Sprinter the whole night. We traveled from place to place. I think we went to McDonald's. Then we ended up going over to Biggs after McDonald's. And what happened was the media was on our heels the whole night, of course. But what was going on, they was trying to set him up because he had just got conditions of his bail, which part of the conditions of his bail was that he couldn't be around anyone under 18, man, female, dog, cat, whatever. This says no one under 18. Right. So we went to McDonald's and they kept trying to push this little kid over there for him to get an autograph. His mom came first, and then she was trying to say, no, you can't do that. Step back. And it may have seemed harsh to people, but this kid is 15 or 16, and he just got let out on conditions. And if the cameras had caught that, which they wanted to catch that whole mission was to catch them tonight. So we go to Big. The
media wait a minute. Okay, excuse me. I know y'all want to talk and everything, but to be fair with everybody else, I know you want to, you know what I'm saying, but we want to try to just get one question in and then move on to the next caller because so far 10 people just called in.
Okay. So just real quick, there was a setup. The media was trying to catch him at night. They had sent some young girls up in Big.
Okay, thank you, sweetie. You have a good weekend. Okay, I'm sorry I have to cut it short, but it's like a lot of people.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to, because I know everybody gonna have a long conversation, but I want to get a chance to let everybody call. Texas Black Diamond Live. Thanks for calling in. What's your question?
Hi, I just wanted to ask Don. I've heard him in previous interviews state that he had information that would immediately exonerate R.Kelly, and I just wanted to know what has stopped him from releasing this information. I mean, we all want to see him free, holding this information. I'm not sure. Why is he not working with the attorneys or putting it forth in front of the feds or something to help him get out?
Well, one part of that, one is I've never said that would have him completely exonerated. I have information that I feel if you add it to the proper defense and the proper research and even the proper negotiations could lead to him getting exonerated, but I didn't say it could do it alone. It's a combined effort. And his legal team has avoided me and getting access to that information, just like they've got a lockdown where I can't go to the jail and see him. And I don't know what the answer is to that question. I mean, it's not because I don't want to get it to him, but I'm not going to put it on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter so the whole world could see and they can be prepared for that defense. That just makes no sense. It has to go in the hands of the right people. Now, Tom Mesereau was an attorney that I got in there to go see Rob, and he said he would take the case, but he wanted to pick his own legal team. Greenberg wasn't going for that. Jeff Steinbeck is another attorney, that highly sought after attorney that went in to see Rob, who said the same thing. Both of these guys had already seen the information that I had and stated that this is a story that we could present to the prosecution, that we could present to the judge, and that it would allow them to reconsider his bond, because that story hadn't been told. So what I'm doing now is I'm giving you, the public, bits and pieces of these stories that I presented to the same lawyers that said this is great information. We can add this to what it is that we're going to do, and eventually put a story together that we can present and ask for a bond, and then that story we can ride on to defend him with. So being that the lawyers are not using it, I'm giving it to y'all. Smoke the lawyers out. Tell them what's the reason. I don't need to be important. If I send it to you, tell you how it works out, and I feel comfortable and confident that they're going to use it, then that's one thing. But they're keeping me out because they don't have a strategy, and they know that I'm going to get in there and see that. I'm going to sit down and say, okay, so what do you guys have figured out, and does this work within the scheme of things? And if they say yeah, then that means I'm not going out to publicly outline their game plan. It's not what my intent is. If I have useful information, the lawyer should be able to tell me his team of lawyers, which is Steve Greenberg, Doug, and whoever else. What's her name? Nicole, Ray, and Shaddy. They should say, okay, you know what? This works. We can use this, and this. Don, thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're going to add it to our story, and then I'll go about my business. But see, they're not putting any work in. They're not doing. I mean, if you listen to the other day in court, they still have not picked up the discovery. It's a ton of discovery that they have not picked up yet. In the local cases, that's the local federal cases, the Chicago case, the Fed case, and the state case in Chicago. They haven't picked up the discovery. So if they haven't picked up discovery, how have they put together a story that can get him properly adjudicated? That they can properly adjudicate his case, I'm sorry. The other part of that is, one of the attorneys told me that Greenberg said there's no reason to set and he said he went off on him about that. And my response was, wow. So what, he doesn't think he's going to win the federal case? And that's exactly what it was. So why is he not setting a date in the state case? There are 2 cases in Illinois, not just one. So he doesn't obviously believe that he's going to win the federal case, which is why he's not setting a date in the state case. He's not asking me to see the information that I have, which is a damn good story about people who, I discovered this through tracing the money. Track the money down. We saw the people who were stealing from Rob through his Sony portals and BMG portals and all that stuff. So why is it that you don't want to know that? And these are the people that you're going to be facing their testimony. This is the discovery that they had that they're using against Rob. We can reverse engineer that discovery with the stuff that I told you about the people who provided the discovery. So I don't know why he's not using it. You ask Steve Greenberg that.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. You enjoy your weekend. Next caller. This is your you guys are interviewing Don today, so I'm asking him questions. This is a Q&A for you guys and give you the opportunity to. So call in. Y'all, I'm finna say. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. State your name and where you from.
Gospel Glam Cosmetics, Atlanta, Georgia. My question is when the parents, the Savages and the Clarys kept sending the police department to do the wellness check, and the officers kept coming back stating that everything was fine, they didn't see anything wrong, the girls was good, they was happy, they was okay being where they was at, and they did not want to go back to their parents. My question is, could that be used for defense for R.Kelly? Those particular records and those every time they did the wellness check. That's all I need to say. Thank you.
Did you want me to answer that?
Did she hung up? Well, next caller.
What I will say is one thing is we're saying parents like these are little kids. They're not. They're grown women. They're young women, but they're grown women. So let's not say like go back home to their parents like he's holding or stopping them. They had free will to do that. When they viewed Trump Towers, they didn't see any rooms that had locks that you couldn't get out from both sides on. So whenever he was at the studio doing whatever, they could have easily left on their own. So they didn't need to perform a wellness check. 1, 2. Yes, their mother and father. It's not their parents like they're 12 and 13. They 20-something-year-old women. So, and they didn't want to go home. And they didn't have to go home. Real simple. And they were living up a luxurious lifestyle down in Trump Towers. They all had assistants that took them wherever they want. They had bundles of money. I think Azrael got a boob job with the money, some of the money that she had access to. I mean, so, it wasn't a thing of going home to their parents. It was, did they want to see their mom and dad? And the question was obviously not, because they could have done that at any time they wanted to.
Next caller. Live with Texas Black Diamond. How you doing? You have a question?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Turn it down so we can hear you and turn it down, sweetie.
Hold on. Turn it down so you can hear. All right, is it better?
Turn your radio down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to you.
Yeah, now we can hear.
All right, God. I've spoken to you a couple of times, but hey,
Who are we speaking to, sweetie? First of all, who we speaking to and where you from?
just the name.
Okay.
My name is just the name.
Okay.
Doug,
Yeah.
it really, I don't know if it bothers you, but it probably bothers me more than it bothers you. But it bothers me, man, that you got a guy out here defaming you and your family. All right? It bothers me. And the last time I spoke to you on the call, you said that it's all lies. The person is lying. But how can someone have the gall and not even be concerned about the repercussions to get on, on social media and accuse you of just wanton death, calling you a thief, calling your mother a thief, and you not press charges? I'm not questioning, but it really
listen, I don't deal with sewer rats. I'm not coming down to that man's level for nothing. I'm way up here. What do I look like coming at? If I'm worried about something a sewer rat says, that says something about me. I know who I am. I know who my mom is. He's a sewer rat. I'm a king. I don't care about what that man has said about me. Let him keep talking. He's a peasant. Elephants don't swat flies. So I don't care about what he said about me. Throw all the stones he wants. They ain't reaching me. So why would I care? My money ain't stopping because of him. There's nothing that I'm doing in life being closed because of him. So I don't care what he says. He's not for life, and that's all it is.
All right, thanks, caller.
Period.
Wait, Texas, I want to ask one more thing, please.
And let's be respectful, because I can tell in the tone of your voice. But we're here to.
About Rob. Don't ask me no questions about Don.
It's about R.Kelly. You know,
R.Kelly.
if we're here to fight for the cause and everything, like I said, let's be respectful in things like that. You know.
Okay. I'm watching the text. People are saying that I'm ops. I'm not ops. I'm actually for this brother right here. Okay. I'm actually for this brother, and I like this brother, and I was one of the first ones. If you go back, they probably don't recognize my name. I've always been for this brother right here. And see, people are I don't know how I'm coming across disrespectful. All right?
No, it's not. I don't think it. Listen. You actually, and what you said, it was more like, man, bro, why you ain't done nothing about that? Because I would have. So I didn't look at that as disrespectful. But my position on it is, I'm here for one reason: to talk about Rob. Anybody who defames my family, I'm not worried about. Let's run into somebody in the street on their own, because karma is real. So, but I just want to be here to answer your questions about Robert, which is my friend. I advise him. I have up-to-date information on him.
I don't mean to come across as disrespectful, brother. You know what I'm saying? If you're a businessman, I humbly say this, man. It would really bother me if somebody is out there really doggone tarnishing my name, tarnishing my character, tarnishing my family's character, and I am a businessman or I have a business. I would really deal with them, man. And it pisses me off when you got these yahoos, these no fucking bodies, man, who are out here doing this, man. And you could take a lifetime to build a motherfucking business, and one fucking yahoo get motherfucking destroyed in 1 second was a lie. And so I said it probably bothers me more than it bothers you. It really bothers me that individual continuously does that. Okay?
And I totally appreciate your concern. But
all right.
I have shareholders.
Thank you.
And I have a business, and it has not been affected because of it. So I want to keep moving with that.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna say this: the people that's rocking for Rob, y'all just don't know how hard it is. I had family members and friends and business people to come onto my page, and somebody put on there, I can't believe you rocking for this man and you have daughters, but you forgot to mention that I have sons.
Right.
And I'm fighting for them too. And so it's hard. It is really hard. And a lot of people don't know. It's a toll on everybody that's actually out here showing their faces and working hard for Robert. Y'all just don't know the beat down we get every day. And I try to keep myself just happy because y'all just don't know. I'll be ready to have a breakdown. So let's get the next caller. Let's call in about Robert. You know, any questions about Robert? I know y'all want to know about everything else. I mean, but he's here to answer the question. But I mean, we talked about it. If he said move on to the next, we're gonna just move on to the next. Texas Black Diamond Live, please turn down your receiver so we can hear you.
Yes. How you doing?
I'm doing well, and yourself, sweetie?
Good. I want to ask, how is Mr. Kelly's health?
Not good right now. He just had a surgery. He had 2 hernias removed, major surgery. He you know, most of us will be able to recuperate and heal, you know, in care of a hospital. You know, he didn't even get a chance to go to the infirmary and heal properly. So and that's because of who he is. They don't want to press any of the media surrounding him, or, you know, so they're taking extra precautions, which may seem that they're not suitable for someone to have the right kind of recovery. But based on what's going on with the media and everything, the MCC is the there I'm talking about. They're just, you know, they have to move differently with him. I mean, it's not a plush environment where they've got a room for celebrities to lay back and heal at. So he's not feeling good about, you know, having to heal in a cell from a major surgery. But unfortunately, that's the situation that he's in right now.
Do you know if he have a patient advocate? Like, who's by his side to, you know?
Right now,
I'm so concerned. I'm very concerned about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all are. I mean, this is definitely something to be concerned about. From my understanding, I haven't seen him physically, but from the person that I spoke to, he is losing weight. Initially, we looked at that as a good thing because he had got kind of overweight. As much basketball we was playing, it just wasn't seeming to break the weight off of him. So, but this from the surgery is a little different. And I'm just concerned that, you know, to make sure he doesn't get any infections and anything like that. So if I was his fan base, I would write down to the warden, and we're not jumping on the warden because we don't want them to feel like we're attacking them, but just letters of concern for his health and his safety. You know, while he recuperates from this major surgery, that they don't have the proper conditions to house him in because of who he is. I mean, the regular inmate could go to an infirmary or wherever and recuperate, but he's R.Kelly. And of course, he needs different privacies than other ones, and the MCC is just not equipped for that. So, you know, constant letters of support from his fans is what's necessary. You know, and prayer. I mean, that's one of those things when you can't get close to him, you got to put that in God's hands. You know, and just hope that God has the best. You know what I mean? And that's how we get to him, through God.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sweetie.
I just wanted to say that I support you in everything that you do, and I want you to keep working hard as you can to get this cleared up.
All right. Thank you. You enjoy your weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
Next caller.
I guess people are not hanging up. Something that somebody said.
Yeah, it's like ask the question, hang up. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. Where you from and what's your question?
How you doing, Texas? I'm from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. My question is to Don. How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
That's good. I don't try to entertain none of the back and forth drama, whatever that is. My question is related strictly for Rob. And I know you say you got this information that can really help him, and there's some sort of conflict of interest as far as his counsel, his legal counsel right now. Is there any way that they could be bypassed, or someone else can facilitate that information to them, you know, to get this brought to the forefront, you know, because I would hate for it to, you know, get to a point where that information is not presented, and when it's time for his trial, that could have been the very thing to vindicate him. It's just due to a conflict of interest, it doesn't get presented. Is there any way that could be bypassed or facilitated through another third party?
Well, right now, Greenberg has it locked down to where no other attorneys can go in there without his consent. Now, Greenberg will let high-profile attorneys go in there because not only makes him look better if Tom Mesereau, somebody of that caliber, gets on the case. That's his value. The way this system is designed is made to where you can't get things in like that. You got to realize the prison system dealt with some of the highest and most sophisticated criminals of all time. So they wanted to make sure they built the system to where it's impossible. If a lawyer shuts it down, it's shut down. It's real simple. If it's shut down because of the outcome of a case, then it's shut down because of that. So you have to deal with the same communication channels as you would send in a letter to a loved one. And you have to be really careful in what you put in those letters because they read everything. So you really can't discuss the case within those letters. You have to, you know, strategically position yourself to get a response back. So, you know, it's an operation that, you know, when Jeff and Tom were going in there, it was easier for me to get things across to Rob, but they're resistant to move forward because Greenberg won't relinquish his position and allow one of them to lead. I mean, Greenberg wants to quarterback the defense team when he doesn't have the wherewithal to quarterback someone of Tom Mesereau or Jeff Steinbeck's caliber and what they've done. So that's where the issue is coming in right there. If they don't follow his rules, I mean, he'll let him in because it looks like somebody prestigious is going to be on the team alongside of him. He feels great about the outcome. But the moment they tell him, listen, we like you, but you got to take a second seat and let us run the show, that's when it gets, no, that's not going to happen.
Oh, okay.
So that's the whole problem out there. It's tough. It's tough getting those things.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, you know, as far as Greenberg, and I heard that you don't really have a good rapport with that attorney, but as far as Doug Anton, you know, those are where that New York indictment is really where that racketeering and all those more serious charges are coming from. If you had a better rapport with Doug or Nicole, would you be able to try to reach out to those attorneys instead of Greenberg?
So me and Doug talked several times, and Doug was supposed to come to Chicago. We're supposed to sit down. But what you got to realize, there's a ethical code between attorney, and Greenberg is his head attorney. Doug works underneath Greenberg. So not to, and me and Doug had candid conversations, really good ones actually. And I was like, okay, maybe Doug is the guy to get the information to. And, you know, he said he'd be here twice. He hasn't, well, he probably showed up, but didn't call. One time he called me because of the incident that happened over at Trump Towers and they needed me to intervene in some capacity. I'm like, so you were in Chicago? He's like, yeah, I just left Trump. I'm like, well, why haven't we met? I'm like, you know, you calling me for one thing, but they calling me for the other. I'm not getting it. So it's a legal code, man. You guys know how these lawyers are. They make deals amongst each other. And they determine how they're gonna play things. And if the general consensus is to keep Don out of it, then Doug is not gonna risk him representing Rob on the case. You know, to represent Rob because that boosts his practice up. So he's not gonna risk that just to have a conversation with Don. Greenberg is saying keep Don out of it. And what Greenberg's issue with me, I don't fucking know. I have no clue.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. You have a great weekend. We want to limit, you know, the questions. Just one per call.
Okay. Well, thank you, Texas, and thank you, God, for taking my call. You guys have a blessed weekend.
You too, love. Thank you.
My son's over there playing.
That's all right, honey. This is the weekend. You taking the time out your weekend with your baby. We respect that. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your one question?
Good evening. This is Tracy from Chicago.
Hi, Tracy. How you doing? Happy weekend.
Hi, this is Tracy Dukes, one of your moderators.
Thank you, baby. Thank you for holding me down up in this house, honey.
Yes. I have a question for Don. He said that he started out with Robert and the subway, but he went away and he came back. I would like to know what year did he come back? And I want to say something. Will Smith was on an interview promoting the new movie, and he said something about just a grown man statement. He said he was jealous of Tupac when he met that, because he knew that Jada Pinkett Smith had a liking for Tupac, but they never, got together on a relationship level. And I just want to know from Don, by him being a friend of R.Kelly, was he ever jealous of his friend R.Kelly, the superstar? I mean, he knows him behind the stage. I would like him to elaborate a little bit more on their friendship.
Well, I came back around at the end of 2018. Right, 2018 going into 2019. Jealous? No. Why? No. First of all, Rob is 7 years older than me. He's a singer and dancer. I'm a tap dancer, and I did river dance. I did everything I wanted to do with tap, so there's no need ever to be jealous of him. I admire him. I mean, I really, the fact that he made it out the subway was good enough for me. I mean, we've always had, there was never any jealousy because I never desired to be a musician or any of that thing. As far as, like what he did, with the singing and all that stuff. I mean, mine was what it was. And my real knack was behind the scenes, sitting down behind the desk, figuring things out from that capacity, technology. So there was never reason to be jealous. Period. There was nothing in the world for me to ever say, oh, he got something I wish I had. No. I'm happy he got everything I got, and I'm happy I have everything I have.
I just have one more question, and I'm not going to be rude. What did you do when you was away from R.Kelly? What were you doing, and with who? Were you doing the same thing that you do for R.Kelly, or what were you doing when you was away from him all those years? What type of work? I'm gonna get off.
Go whatever it is. Whatever. I mean, I was head of A&R for Sony for 6 years. I owned a recording studio in the Valley for 5 years in California. I owned 7 restaurants. I worked Fortune 500 companies like Rockstar. I was the head of the marketing for Rockstar when they dropped their beverage out. I did, who else? I produced several industrial shows and stuff for major corporations. I built several companies from the bottom up from my living room. Serial entrepreneur. I had a great life. I mean, anything that I wanted to do, I found a way to make it happen. Raised millions of dollars for my tech company. That's doing great now. Getting into the family business a little bit more now, which is in the restaurant business. So, I mean, my track record of getting into any organization from the ground from the bottom floor to the top floor has been my entire life and my existence, and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. To be able to see how something with no money could turn into something grand that looked like it had all the money in the world, and then to see things with all the money in the world turned into trash. I've seen it all. So my expertise.
I'm going to ask you to get off the phone because I don't want to disrespect Miss Texas or you. I know the chat room would like to know what made you come back. And thank you, Miss Texas. I'm going to let your other calls come through. What made you come back to Robert Kelly? All right.
I told you, I heard the
song.
Thank you for
answering the question. All right. I'm going to get off.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. Enjoy your weekend. Okay.
I said it a million times. The song, I admit, I heard it on the radio that he was going through all that, and it came out of his mouth. It wasn't like the rumors that we were hearing in the industry just came from him. I drove back to Chicago, straight to his studio. We went in the back, we talked, and at that point, he asked me to roll up my sleeves and assist him. So that's why I came back. It was really simple. We never worked together in a business capacity at all. It was just friendship and, throwing this around in front of him. We talked and laughed about this, that, and the other. Went to shows here and there, stuff like that. It was never business at all. This is the first time I've worked for him in a business capacity because he needed someone he could trust that was a friend for many years that had, the experience and the wherewithal and the resources to assist him with getting back out, into the ocean and floating versus up on the land. He's a whale, and he was trapped on land, and he needed to be back in the ocean. So he called somebody who he had heard over the years the rumors of my success and felt like I could do that.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Don, do you see the chat room? Are you?
I see some of them popping across.
Okay.
We're talking and reading ain't that easy.
I know. I'm just saying. Are you looking in the chat room, and that's why
I don't see the chat room that's on your YouTube. I got two screens open. I don't even see your YouTube.
Okay, so like questions, I'll try to pop some questions up until they, somebody call. You guys can call. Welcome to call in. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys been like done this and done that. He's here to answer your questions. So call in and ask us questions. He's sitting here waiting on y'all to call. Welcome to call in. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys to answer your questions. So call. Live with Texas Black Diamond. Where you from and what's your name?
Hi, I am from Pittsburgh, PA. And
Sweetie, turn it down. Turn it down. You have to turn it down.
Yeah. I'm trying to get you to say. Okay.
Thank
Now, are you okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Miss Black Diamond. I love your show. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Hi, Dawn. How are you doing? Thanks so much for being able and open to take these questions. I have a question that I hope you don't get offended by. I was watching another blogger's show, and somebody came on there, and they said it was an accusation said that you and your mother were getting monies from the Dollar for Fund, like she received an email from you or your mother, and about $7,000 she had sent, and it never went to there. It went to your mother, and they said the alias was something Bennett. I do believe. I'm not. Don't quote me on the name. But how valid is that? And do you or your mom, are you under any litigation with anybody of, getting sued about this dollar for, this Dollar for King Fund?
First of all, I'm not affiliated with any fund that brings in any money for Rob, period. That's it. I haven't received a dime. My mom hasn't received a dime. We have stayed away from anything that brings in cash in because the folks are doing it. They're going to have the IRS issues and all that. I've never been under any litigation through all the millions of dollars that I've ran and came through my hands over the years through my various businesses. I've never once been in litigation for fraud, theft, or any of that, ever. My name is Donnell Anton Chadale Russell. Google it, go on the court, or whatever, nothing. So, no, I haven't received any money. No one sent me any money. We have not requested anyone. Matter of fact, I have said various times, do not send money. If anybody, I said initially one time, send it to Brian Nixon when Brian said he didn't want the money coming in his direction. That's it. It is what it is. I don't need to tie myself up into money for dollar for care. That's too much work. I don't have time to maintain something like that. So no, to answer your question, no is no. Absolutely not. Hell to the no. Period.
Okay. Dawn, at first, I just want to apologize if it came across. I just wanted to know because as a R.Kelly, supporter, I love R.Kelly. I don't want anything to go wrong with him. as far as going into this court case. I don't want any extras, but that was something that was being said. So I just wanted, that was just for my own, and it's probably a lot of people that wanted that.
Anybody who thinks of calling in on this on a question that none of that is to help Rob. Huh? What'd you say?
Do you know of anybody that, let me ask you, are you the only one that is like kind of in contact with Rob? Like is Levi in contact with him? Anybody else?
No, Levi's not in contact with him. There's two people that contacts Rob, and I talk to both of them people daily. And Levi's definitely not one of them.
Last question, and I'm out. You said Rob is doing good.
I didn't say that.
I'm gonna tell you.
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said he wasn't doing good. I don't know if you guys can hear him. Can you
major surgeries? He's not doing well at all. He's in pain right now.
Okay. Now this is my fear, and I'm gonna be honest. My fear is, as a supporter, I noticed he came out. He wanted his rights to his music, and it seems like this is what they're doing to our black men, our black entertainers. Soon as they want their rights for something, there's a Michael Jackson that died, there's a Prince that died, and I just want to know, is there a way that we can protect him from being any way harmed? Because it seems as though R.Kelly is a very healthy person, okay? And then he gets in jail, break toes. Now he has not one, but two hernias. And that scares me. I'm going to be honest. That scares me. Now, I'm a detective, and I'm going to tell you the honest truth. This is bull stuff that goes on because they want to take down our most powerful men. And this is one thing about the black community that is angering me and probably angering a lot of people. And as a woman, I have a son, I have 9 brothers, and guess what? It's bigger than R.Kelly. It's way bigger than R.Kelly. They are taking down our men and women. Y'all gotta wake up. Wake up and see things for what they are. Ask questions. And Dawn, I really appreciate you having a heart to be able, and I hope anything that I said is not offensive. I'm just a person that loves Rob and wants the best for him. I want him to win this case and come out and make more music. And hopefully, all this other stuff behind the scenes and all, I don't really care. I care about Rob and getting out of it. So, are you in fear? Or did I just wake you up to the way, did I just make you go blink? Because I'm looking at you, and when I said it, your eyes lit up like, yeah, that scares me. Now tell me, now that I said it, it doesn't put a little fear.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, been talking when I called Dawn, and a lot of people on here, you guys, I know y'all feel a certain way because y'all rock with a certain person, and everybody listen to people and they say this about a person, but at the same time, I see the passion in him and in the tears from Dawn. And Dawn did not want to come out. He did not, but we need more people that know Rob to come out, and he did not. And you got people threatening Dawn, talking about killing him and stuff, but how you expect for him to come out and rock with us and try to work with us and tell us what he know, what he seen inside of Robert's camp, when you got people trying to threaten him? He got to protect, he's a father. He that's somebody's child. So he got to protect himself too. And he hurts just like we hurt when it come to him. And some people, everybody are entitled to their own opinion. Yes, I see a lot of people, everybody got it's back and forth, back and forth. People hate this person. Then the first thing they said, why Don not coming out? Why he just behind the scene? And it's a woe is me. I'll be damned if you do, I'll be damned if you don't. Now that he's coming out, because people asking why Robert, people not coming out speaking on his behalf. Now everybody want to jump down his throat and say he's not for Robert and stuff. And to see tears and to see the hurt on his face, on what's going on and the frustration, because we all frustrated. So hell, the people that know him and been close to him, is I know they frustrated as hell, because it's like I'm doing all I can and they feel like they can't do anything. So that's all I'm gonna say on it, because I said I'm gonna just be the referee, but just talking to Don and seeing it and his eyes getting ready to water now and stuff like that. Y'all just don't know. Y'all don't know a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. We come on here try to have a straight face for his supporters, because that's what Robert wants from us. He wants us to work together, fight together, but we try to keep it strong.
Yeah, what he did, he does. Somebody posted a question about Karen Winbush. I speak to Karen Winbush almost every day. There are other guys that were in Rob's camp that have great things to say about him. I've spoken to Rob's family members that have great things, that are terrified about coming out, because all of them see how people get attacked whenever they come out. It's certain people that want to be the aficionado on Rob. They want to be the only source that you go to on him. Listen, anybody that's speaking in light of his trial is right around the corner. Right around the corner.
Right.
And although the judge has put a blanket over the New York case, what about the Illinois case? Ain't nobody told people to be quiet with that one. Why isn't there a strategy or anything that we can see that resembles a strategy? I mean, why aren't there motions being filed? Go check the court docket. How many motions have been filed in Illinois on the state cases that we know he can beat? Why haven't they motioned to advance those cases ahead of the federal cases so we can pile up some victories on our side, so it looks like momentum is swinging in our direction? Why aren't they doing any of that? Why isn't anything coming out that these guys are really fighting to get momentum, because without any of that ground support going directly into the federal case with nothing out there showing another side of Rob, what the jury that they're pulling together, once they're at the question, they're not going to be able to hear or see anything anyway. So it'll be too late then. We have to start now. Greenberg and the legal team has to start now with bringing motion in these smaller cases up, beating them, getting them thrown off the docket because they have no substance. Most of it's the same stuff that was in the previous case. Why isn't he motioning that stuff up? Why haven't we filed motion to dismiss? It's too many things that have not been done. And I've been through the court processes many times myself, not a many, but a couple times myself. And I know what an effective lawyer and legal team looks and feels like. You guys wouldn't have so many damn questions if his legal team was talking. You know how they have CNN, they have those lawyers assessing his case, came on that stuff, assessing it and saying he has a chance. They ain't doing that. And his legal team is not demanding any of that stuff to happen. Why haven't they called a press conference to talk about the Illinois cases and the state cases and just saying, oh, this is stuff that came up in the past? Okay, let's scare these women. I don't mean physically scare them. Let's let the world know these women have been around before. We got discovery. I can't say scared because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to spook somebody out here. They'll use that. But anyway, let's put some of the evidence out about these women that have caused these that erupted into Lifetime. We didn't even address Jahonda Page.
Yeah,
You can talk about Ashanti McGee. You can talk about all those things. These are the women that posed these active things against him that blew up into this Lifetime thing. Why is no one doing that? Why is his lawyers not hiring a publicist to come in and do that kind of stuff? It makes no sense to me. The blanket is not on Illinois, it's on New York. So why is that not happening?
Texas Black Diamond, you're live. Where you from and what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Jason, and I'm from Galveston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to Kate, that fight that came between Ariel Clary and Yardley Carrots, that was something right there. That was something. The way she said that Yardley Carrot had killed with her every time she was a minor, which got me thinking, why would she say that? And she had a boyfriend since she was 17 years old. And I know all of it. You know, it's too much. Like they need to free R.Kelly, and they need to free him now. Those women nothing but lie on that man, can shit about him that don't make no sense.
Okay, sweetie. Yeah.
Hey, listen, if you for Kel's man, whatever you said, we for you, bro.
Yeah. Thank you for supporting Robert. And you enjoy your weekend, sweetie.
Right. We need the free Kel. We agree with that.
I didn't know what he was saying. What was no. Miss Arissa said she was calling in. Go ahead and call Miss Arissa. I guess this is you. Hopefully, yeah. Texas Black Diamond, you're on my live. What's your name and where you from? One question, please. One question. Hey, baby. How you doing, baby? Now she for Kels. Now she a cuss shot. Miss Arissa. About some Kels.
I do have a question. I want to know about this herpes claim. You know, because me personally, just listening to the accounts of what the accuser stated, it didn't sound factual at all. Just saying that she get STD checks every 3 months, which every woman knows you don't get STD checks every 3 months. No doctor gonna do it. CDC don't recommend it. No insurance gonna pay for it. Not even.
Hold on. You do if you out there doing something. If you selling that thing, then maybe you got to get checked regularly. Go ahead.
Yeah, then you got some issues if you get them that much for sure. But that claim right there. So what's going on with this? Because I just feel like if he doesn't have herpes, why are they allowing this to even go through?
You talking about Faith Rogers? So
yeah,
let's address the Faith Rogers, because that's part of something that I did want to address today. And I got these documents next. I'm gonna pull them out and just show them. Faith Rogers, I don't know if y'all can read this. Let me see how it works. She filed a lawsuit against Rob.
Wait a minute, go up a little bit. Let me get my glasses, honey, because you know I'm nosy. You see him, Miss Arissa?
Okay, let's see how it works. This is she filed a lawsuit. We answered her lawsuit. And this is what was on the lawsuit. It says, I do not accept this contract. I do not consent to these proceedings. This is a lawsuit against Faith Rogers, right there, and Robert Sylvester Kelly, and it was filed. When was this filed? It was a summons to court. It was filed. Let's see, where's the date on this? It was November of 2018. I know that for a fact. So anyway, she tried to sue him for money, and Rob got a lot of these. And what happened in the past is that part of her allegations was that, let me show you. This is
wait a minute, I'm blind. Come on, Don, put it up there. Yeah, I see that. Y'all see this right here. That's
Supreme Court against Robert Sylvester Kelly at the top. We do not accept this offer to contract. I do not consent to these proceedings. This is what Rob wrote on it. This is what we sent also to the courts to prove that he wasn't forcing her to call her daddy and stuff like that. This is some of her text messages that when his phone, when she was sending them to him, with of course these pictures, I'm gonna put them out there, the naked pictures and all that stuff that she was sending in. This came out of his phone. These are messages that she sent with him. She sent to him.
Wait a minute, Don. I'll put it up so we can see the message. Yes, go over a little bit. Shit, I want to see.
Well, that's my commentary at the bottom. I was just basically explaining it to the.
Look at that. Look at that.
She got a boob shot done.
It don't look like she been tied up to me. She rubbing his head, showing.
Right, exactly. So she got a boob.
Let me put my glasses up because I don't want to see no boobs.
This is what happened as a result of that. Hold on.
Get my glasses. Make sure you show the seal and the stamp on it so we can make sure it's legit. Because I know how they look. Just put it where we make sure we on the signatures and seals and everything. I see the seal. Right there. Yes, I see it. We see it.
You see the docket numbers at the top.
Yes.
Right. This was received. Kelly. So this is what happened as a result of what we did.
Okay.
Yeah, did y'all read that? It says, and that's from TMZ. R.Kelly's off the hook for the Long Island sexual assault case, and that came out. Let me see how to get that. Okay, I ain't familiar with this. Okay, it said 129.29. Y'all can Google that yourself, and it was on TMZ. Let me see, and it showed basically as a result to what we did. See, Faith Rogers' name was mentioned in that. This is an article I just printed off TMZ. As a result of us explaining to Rob his rights under the UCC 1-308, which is a code, the Uniform Control Code, that states that a human does not have to enter into a contract with a corporation. So when we informed Rob of his rights, the lawsuit mill that had existed for all those years of people coming in attempting to sue him, settle out of court, get an undisclosed amount of money. They get a piece of it. The lawyer gets a piece of it. The manager gets a piece. Everybody got a piece of these lawsuits. There's 18 of them that were filed against him without his knowing. He did not know that ex-girlfriends like Faith Rogers had filed these lawsuits. Faith Rogers knew they existed, which is why she filed the lawsuit trying to get money out of the man. When we found out we got it, we told him about his rights. He exercised his rights. He sent it back to the court saying he does not consent to contract with the courts, and they dropped the case. That happened 7 times after we took over his case. Me and my team took over his cases. We knew this because why? I had ex-employees. I hired family before. They all tried to sue me. And my mom started to learn stuff about the law. She hooked up with some judges, and they said, listen, you don't have to agree to that. It's a contract to court. So when I found out about how that process worked, I said, Rob, you don't have to agree to these things. This is a contract to court. A subpoena is an invitation. You can revoke that invitation. So that's what we started doing, and he started getting out of his cases. When he brought Greenberg in, he didn't agree with this because, see, Greenberg gets paid every time he go to court. If there's no court, lawyers don't make no money. So that's the whole thing. You don't agree to the invitation when you put yourself in their jurisdiction, and you have to get a lawyer to come and represent you because you're in the court's jurisdiction. A human cannot testify against a corporation. A corporation can't represent itself. So all those things were happening, and Rob, they would attack Rob's corporations like RSK Holdings and all that stuff because that's where the money was. He couldn't represent himself because he had to get a lawyer. And these lawyers railroaded him every time. They took money, the managers took money, the girls took money, everybody took money. I mean, so that answers your question about Faith Rogers and her accusations of herpes. The other question is why the rest of them girls ain't got it. There's 50 girls up there. They all should have herpes. Ain't that the case? If she got it, they should. How he avoid them? How they skip it? So, I mean, and then we hear Rob tested for herpes. Several forms of that stuff. He did not have herpes. I mean, so whatever she's saying that, and first of all, he's in prison right now. Don't you think those records, everything else is getting leaked? They would leak that too. They have to test him for venereal diseases when he goes to prison, period. Because he's going into the population. They don't want him infected. Something happens and the rest of the population gets infected because of that.
Right. Yeah, and I definitely didn't feel, and just the type of herpes that she had, there's a difference between herpes simplex 1 and herpes simplex 2. So just the way, what she was saying, that she controlled the diet and all that, like me being a vegetarian, I knew that wasn't true. So I don't know why they're still allowing this to go forward, period. They should just throw it out. I just don't understand.
Listen, you're absolutely right. To answer this question of Serial, you gave legal advice, I guess you said, without being a lawyer. It's called picking up books and reading it. That's all you have to do. Read books. Black folks don't read. That's why they don't know these things. You don't have to be a lawyer. When you enter into a contract with the judicial system, that's when you need a lawyer. But if you don't go into it, that's not legal advice. That's somebody giving you life advice. You don't have to enter that contract. That means you don't need a lawyer. We were telling them how to avoid the lawyers gang raping them for money. So Sylvia, pick up a book and read it. It's right there. All the things that I'm saying is factual. And guess what? You could use it too. Next.
Absolutely.
I know I can use it, honey. I'm still trying to get my mirror back from falling off the 4th floor. I'm up there at the top, baby, and I'm trying to get some knowledge up in here. But
it's sad that everybody thinks whatever these crackers put into these books and all that kind of stuff, these folks that have been depressing us for years, that's law. It's not law unless you make it law. You give them the ability to preside over you. They don't just have it. When you sign a contract, a ticket, any of that, that gives them consent and jurisdiction over you. Stop signing everything without reading it. Find out what you're putting your name on. It's a contract. We just explained to Rob that these are contracts that you do not have to enter into. And he didn't. And because of that, he was getting out of these things. Next question.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. Well, thank you for answering that.
Thank you, baby. Keep up the good work and cuss these folks out, because I'm not allowed to cuss for 2020. And I done reneged already yesterday. And I done got in trouble cussing. But yes, yeah, but some people, I'm looking at some of the up here. I'm looking, and they just said none. This not helping Rob, but he just showed you guys that a lot of people are saying that why is Robert signing off on these lawsuits? And he just showed you guys he didn't sign off on this shit. That he was like, the hell with you, you do what you do, but I'm not doing it. So that's what he's trying to show you guys. There's a lot of behind the table shit, behind his back type of shit. That's what we trying to let y'all know about this RICO shit with these.
And was illegally signing him onto these lawsuits without his, because they had power of attorney. So that's why he got all of those lawsuits that settled out a case, because his lawyers did that for him. When we told him, Rob, you do not have to do that. You take your own pocket, get power of attorney away from that attorney, ask them to read any lawsuit that comes in for you, and send it back saying, I don't agree to consent to this contract. We all have that right. Just do the research, period.
Yeah. And people gotta also understand that when you watch the Gayle King, R.Kelly already said he went to the bank for the first time.
Yeah.
First time. And realized he only had $350,000 in his bank account. He closed that account out and opened up a whole nother one. Like y'all was up here, like people are saying, just read. Just read, y'all. It don't take much to read and understand this stuff for yourself. And I told people, how my brother went through a murder charge. He had to defend himself. So I had to learn a lot about the law. Thank God he was found not guilty. But when I tell people they can indict a ham sandwich, they can literally indict a ham sandwich. They had no reason to indict him, but they did it because they could. And just like in the Kelly case, they doing it because they can. I don't see him being guilty at all, and I'm gonna stick up for it. But all we gotta do is read and see that all these stories don't add up. That he wasn't paying people off. I mean, if you go back to Lisa Van Allen when her boyfriend was saying when they was trying to get money from him, they were saying that Rob ain't gonna pay out no money. So how in the world he didn't allegedly pay out any money if he didn't pay out much, but he gonna go and allegedly get Jerron to pay $2 million? I mean, come on, y'all think that makes sense? Make it make sense, y'all.
So what happened? And I'm glad anybody who read the 25-page complaint / indictment from the state in New York, and they're blaming these Cayman Island accounts on him. The first account Rob opened up on his own was the one that we took him to the bank to do, because I said, listen, Rob, every dime that comes in here, you need to manage. We built him a management app that allowed him to go in and assign different responsibilities to his manager, his accountants, and the money would come through. We never got a chance to use it, but that's what we were in the process of building, because it's like, listen, there's too many people touching your money before you get it. You should be able to assign your managers, your lawyers, your accountants, all that, for whatever work that they do to ensure that you get this contract done. But they shouldn't just get it because they on payroll and then they get it first. I mean, with today's technology, you can manipulate documents and all type of things. So by the time he finds out, which, Rob never talked to promoters. He didn't. His managers and all that did that. So they knew what was really going on, and they received everything. So they just found ways to hide money from him and steal from him, and that's a lot of what they did. Look at the Cayman Island accounts, $2 million for investment accounts for Rob. So if he had investment accounts, why is he broke? If he had $2 million, actually more than that in investment accounts on the federal that came out of wire transfers from New York, why is he broke? Where did the money go? Who got the money? Somebody got the money, because he sure ain't got it right now. I mean, all he did was play basketball. He ate cheap food sometimes, good food other times, smoked cigars, hung out with his homies. You can't spend that kind of millions on the kind of activity that he participated in. He didn't have no drug habit. He had none of those problems. So where's the money? Where's the money?
Right. Yeah. That's there's definitely a lot of questions and stuff that, but some, I don't see, just me just following his story, I don't see that he was just type of, I feel he seemed like he would help people, but far as giving out all this money to just people who, just 50,000 every other month or just 5,000 every, I don't really see that being truthful, So I just pray that it all comes out in court and
that he walks out of there and get. I mean, and when I tell people, I think he walk out of there butt naked. I'm dead serious. I'm talking about down to his. I mean, just seriously, he just really just needs to everybody, because this has been done nothing but just tank him over the year. And and all this stuff is piled up on him, and the supporters, we're fighting to try to clear his name. But this narrative has just haunted him over the years. So hopefully this time he have the right people who want to really, really, truly help him, get him on track financially, don't use him, and I just hope he really can find those people. I really do.
Rob was in the music business, not the business of making music. And that's the problem with it. Everybody understands that. And to most people, they think it's the same thing. The music business versus the business of making music is two totally different things. Yeah. He loved music first, and then the business was second, third, maybe even fourth to him. The business of making music, you handle your business first, and then you go make music based on your business being handled. A lot of people knew that he was in the music business, so they took advantage of that, and they took the business part away from him. So as a part of what we was bringing, shining the light on Rob, was that, listen, man, you got to get more of a control. If you want to continue to go in that studio and do what you love to do, you got to be in control of your business, man, because right now, too much of it is away from you. You don't control certain things, certain elements of your business. I want everybody to roll this up and smoke it, or whatever the hell you do to things to make you feel good. Drink it, smoke it, whatever. This is something I want y'all to think about. They have rewritten the Constitution and amended certain things all the way through when they found out certain things didn't fit. When they see, okay, this bill was written, but it ain't perfect. Let's amend this bill. Let's change this. Let's add this to it. Let's do these things. That's what's happened to this man his whole entire career. From the first time he got sued by Tiffany Hawkins up until now, his crew knew he cared more about that music and being on stage and entertaining his fans than he did the fuck out of that. And nobody came behind him and done a better job. There's going to be very few people that reach the height that he has with music. So being that he had that much love and compassion for his music, every time they got in and started stealing money from him at those levels, these folks already knew that they had to amend the way that people did it the last time and do it a little better. So they put poison pills and landmines in the road, which is what he's stepping on right now. He's not dealing with something that he paved the way and that he created. The folks that handled his business did that because they knew eventually the gig was going to be up. They was going to get caught. People were going to find out what they were doing. So you know what? Let's poison the well. So the moment he goes to drink from it, he will die from the poison we put into it. So that's pretty much what I'm saying. It's like folks that managed his career made sure that they did what was necessary. So right now, all this crap that we're looking at, people would see it and question who he is. Well, he's a great man that's wrote us great music his whole life. That's who he is. He can't be more than multiple things like that.
Yeah, I do. I think that I really do pray. I mean, you see what Prince did. Prince handled all his stuff.
One quick question. This person says you have to show up to a subpoena. If you don't answer the subpoena, that's the same as not showing up. I said, you're right, I do not consent on the subpoena. So listen to what I said. I didn't say that you don't have to answer it or nothing. No, if you don't show up, it's I forgot the terminology for it, but it's just like saying it's just as bad as not showing up is just as bad as showing up. You have to write, I do not consent to the agreement, the concept, and then write UCC 1-308, sign it, all rights reserved, have it notarized, and send it back. That's what I said. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, gotcha. Thank y'all so much for taking my call. I'm gonna go back in the chat, let somebody else call in, and I appreciate you let me call in, Texas.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Y'all check out Miss Arissa. Miss Arissa, type something up there so they can see your and push on her icon. We have Hollywood Next and on here. We have view from Tracy Point. Can you answer her question?
Yeah, on the screen. Honestly, why wouldn't his 20-year niggas there to get his stuff? I don't know. I mean, I'm in California. I can't just drive down to Trump Towers and get his stuff. Why didn't they go secure his belongings? Cousins and aunties and uncles and all these people. Why the sisters? That's all here, fake whatever they are. Why they ain't go over there and get his stuff? I don't know. You ask them. Good question. Why they didn't go pick up his stuff and secure his belongings? His computer with all his music on it and his jewelry and his Grammys. Why didn't they go do that? I don't know.
Okay. Miss Tracy, did he answer you? Okay. Let me see. Okay. Oh, she said she thought you was in Chicago.
I'm bi-coastal. I'm from Chicago. I have business in California, so I'm out there most of the year. In the winter times, I'm in California. In the summer times, I'm in Chicago.
Oh, okay. He look. He don't deal with the coldness, baby.
know, right?
Look, everybody can't afford to move all over the place. I'm hating. I need a vacation home. Okay. Thank you. All right, sweetie. Okay, we really appreciate you. People still trying to call in. Okay, just let us know when you're tired, and we'll shut it down for the night. Because I know you're supposed to go over to phases. I try to respect the other bloggers, in their time. You're welcome, Miss. Y'all go ahead and call. We hear it going, but go ahead and call respectfully. You on live with Texas Black Diamond? What's your name and where you from? Hello? Texas Black Diamond?
My name is Gason Fent.
Mm-hmm.
Gason Fent.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been tested? And I got Captain Decay about fake riders. She a liar. She lied on that man every Kent.
Is that the same guy?
Yeah.
Okay, sweetie. We just one question.
One caller for one person.
We want everybody to get a chance to call. So thank you so much for calling in, though. We appreciate it. We trying to get everybody questions in before he gets off. To be fair.
Okay.
All right, sweetie. Thank you. You have a blessed one.
You too.
All right. Okay. I'm almost 400. Okay.
Honey love, it's not a lie. Period. I know it's not a lie for a fact about R.Kelly.
Thank you for calling. This is Texas Black Diamond. You're on live. What's your question? One question.
Yes, Miss Diamond. This is Dee from Houston, Texas. I had a question, and what I'm not understanding is, as a supporter, is this is getting confusing because everybody's saying all these different things, and as a supporter and a fan, it's hard to understand what's really going on. I haven't even heard from Dawn till just now as it's time to go to court. So what is going on?
I don't know what you've been paying attention to. I've been around since the beginning.
Turn down your receiver, sweetie, so we can hear you. We hear feedback. So whoever, when y'all call, turn it down and y'all can go back and listen to it later on. But we can't hear you. We just hear all this noise and it's bothering.
Okay, I turned it off.
Okay.
Okay. I turned it off.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're here now. I turned it off.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, Dawn, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm just saying I have been looking at this I've been looking at everybody. And I just never I have heard a lot about you, and I don't know you. You don't know me. But what I'm not understanding is now I'm seeing you, and I heard a lot about you, but now you're coming out. Why everybody wasn't coming out? All these things going on and all this scandalizing this man name, doing all this, dragging him in the mud. Nobody's saying anything. The lawyer not doing nothing.
I don't listen. You're not paying attention because I've been talking since day one. I've been getting smashed by everybody since day one. So do some more reading and research before you make that statement, because I know I've been out here talking on his behalf since the very beginning. So, I mean, just Google Don Russell. I'm all over. If you don't know me from one side, you know me from the other side. Whether it's day-to-day dogging me out or people saying good about me. I've been doing this since the beginning.
You not understand. You're saying for me to do more research. I understand that. I'm not.
No. You stated that where have I been? Why am I just coming out now? And I said I've been out since the beginning.
From me.
I'm not doing this for you, ma'am. I'm doing this for Rob. So I don't. What are you trying to get?
Well, what I'm saying is as a supporter.
He got a ton of supporters. You just only heard one of my interviews. Just say this is the first one you've heard. But I've done plenty of interviews. Everybody on here can attest to that.
Are you reading the question?
No, this is not the first one I heard, but I'm just seeing you this year coming out. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, the year just started 25 days ago. I mean, you talking about 2020? Because I know you ain't talking about 2019. Anyway. Natural?
Okay, sweetie. Thank you so much for calling. You enjoy your weekend. Next caller. Ooh, y'all, I'm glad I took my aspirin, honey. He know what he's up to for. He already know what's going on and how people gonna react.
I mean, ain't nobody else came out and said nothing in this cap. I know I've been talking.
You're live on with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name? And one question, please.
Yes, my name is Christina. Son, are you gonna testify on R.Kelly's behalf?
I haven't been asked to.
Okay. Do you think Barry Hankerson is going to be there to testify in the federal indictment?
I hope he is. That's why I hope he is, so the world can see him.
Yeah, because my thought process with Barry is I've always felt like Barry back in the day was the one who put out the rumors that Rob liked young girls as a way to kind of control him and to keep him like as a form of control, to that way R.Kelly would do what Barry wanted him to do and how he wanted him to do it.
Well, it was something that happened before that. Rob's very first tour, Barry Hankerson stole $4 million from him. He told Rob it was a promotional tour. He gave Rob a Rolex watch and 25 grand. Rob happened to be late for the show because he was out playing basketball. He got there late. The promoter was outside pissed off, like, yo, what's the deal, man? I'm on the Union House, and anybody knows the plan of the Union House, you go a minute over, they charge you. And Rob was like, dog, what you talking about? This is a promo tour. Why you tripping about me being late? He's like, man, I paid your manager $4 million for this show. Well, he's like, so he said that was the very first show he went out on. So imagine you knowing this, the very first show he didn't stole that from you, and now you gotta. He said Rob said he was scared. He didn't know what to do because he was in the game, so he wasn't tripping. It was because of Barry, but everything from that point on came. He was looking at Barry with one eye open, his side eye and all that. Barry was looking at him because Barry knew he had found out about that. So you're right. Barry had to do something to control the atmosphere from that point forward. So part of what he did to control the atmosphere and the narrative going forward was the things with Tiffany Hawkins, who was on tour with Aaliyah. She was pissed at Rob because he didn't produce her record like he had promised her he would when he signed her onto his Black Jam Rockland Records. And they comprised this scheme of going and, accuse him of this. We get you out the contract, pay you $250,000. You're going about your business, and that's what happened. So you're right. Barry is who introduced this young women thing. Exactly. It was Barry Hankerson.
Yeah, that's just always been my theory, that was just his way of controlling him, because I remember back in the day reading where Uncle Luke from Miami was saying that that Rob and Barry had came down to one of the strip clubs or something, and it was said that Barry said, oh well, this ain't his type of women, he likes the younger crowd of girls. So yeah, I just always thought that this was just his way of just controlling him, and he set the tone for all of these rumors.
Right, you're right. Yeah, that's a good assessment.
People thinking that talking is good.
Okay, well, you guys have a good weekend, and thank you.
No problem.
All right, you enjoy your weekend, sweetheart. Thanks for being respectful too. We appreciate that a lot.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Somebody's talking about the platform, but I mean, I'll talk about that later. We're gonna talk about the platform, Dawn. We're gonna talk about the platform situation. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and what's your question? Hello, Texas Black Diamond. I guess they chicken out. Next caller. Do you know How to accept. Oh, yeah. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, I just work to
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, hi. I wanted to know if he feels like he's being put in a negative light since all this happened. Hello?
What's that again?
Do you feel like since this all started to come out and R.Kelly's in jail now that you've been targeted as like in a negative light?
Absolutely. But I don't care.
I have to say though, and like this is the third interview I've seen you in. I seen you at Nick at Night. I seen you yesterday on DJ, and now today. I kind of have to ask. I'm pretty sure you are his friend and you do know him. I don't know nobody that would lie about stuff like that. But it's just like I don't want to be disrespectful, but it seems like you're kind of like pessimistic instead of optimistic. Like the first time on Nick at Night, you was like, she asked you, do you think Rob is where he needs to be? And you was like, yeah, I do. I think he's where he needs to be. And then you kind of came back and cleared it up like, oh, I mean, maybe it'll teach him a lesson to don't deal with certain people. Like, I don't care what my best friend is going through and what people think of him or what he may have or may not do. I would never wish my best friend to stay in jail. Never. I don't care.
Stop. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in jail?
I have been arrested.
Have you ever been in jail? Have you done 6 months or more?
No, not
because you don't know what it feels like to go in there and cleanse yourself for certain things. I have been in there 6 months or more. So I can tell you sometimes it did me good because at that point I say, you know what? When I get out of this motherfucker, I'm not going to do this no more, that no more, and these things anymore ever again. It did. It put me on the right path. So based on my experience, there does do something good. I'm not saying he deserves it for what he's in there for. I didn't say that. So you're entitled to your opinion, but that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to that as well. Anyway, next question.
Okay. And yesterday on DJ kept saying like, yeah, he's looking at the RICO law over and over. Like,
Listen, man. I have been out here putting it down, going for this man, regardless of all the skepticism, all the hate mail, all the everything. So don't sit up here and question me about my love and compassion for that man, because ain't another man out there doing what I'm doing, getting the pushback that I'm getting right now. Tell me one of them. Where's the
all right, I said we're gonna be respectful and all the screaming. We cannot hear anything over screaming, or we can't.
I'm just saying, like relax a little bit. Don't come at me until you're pessimistic.
No, okay, we're gonna keep this calm and quiet because I can't stand all this screaming. See, this is what I said. We ain't gonna have. I'm not gonna give nobody no second chances because I can't deal with all this hollering and screaming. Just talk. Be respectful. Let them answer the question, and then you're live. Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and where you calling from? And can you please turn down your
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm calling because I like to thank Don for getting online and telling his side, and people who call in, all they have to do is just think. You got to have common sense. Follow the money. Once you follow the money, then you'll start seeing the conspiracy. Right. Just follow the money. When you got someone that's not business savvy or what have you, they've been in the dark for all these years, then when someone come in and start waking them up, that's when you start having a problem. Just follow the money and learn to read. Because just like Don said, the problem with us as a race, we don't read. I think someone said once, if you want to hire something from a black person, put it in a book. Because they don't like to read. And that's the problem. When R.Kelly was making all this money, someone should have pulled him to the side and said, look here, dog, you need to get hooked on phonics, man, and learn something. I mean, you feel me? Because it's more about shooting basketball. It's more about just being up in the studio, dog, and having all them ghetto-ass niggas around you, man. None of that. And when I was coming up, I used to often wonder, why do doctors marry other doctors? Why do professional people marry other professional people? Because you gotta Get away from around certain individuals. You gotta have people around you on your level. And
Right.
it's common sense. Yeah, it's common sense. Follow the money. And it's gonna tell the whole story. You got to follow the money.
Period.
You feel me?
I do, and you're absolutely right. It always tells the tale. The universal language, that money. You follow the money, it will tell you exactly what will happen. And when I got on the path, and I've learned to follow the money by reading a lot of books and going through my own phases in life, you learn that stuff.
Yeah. Right here where I'm from, we had a mayor to get convicted. But the people who were making the millions, they got a slap on the wrist because they were the one testifying against this man. Yeah. You got to follow the money. Banks keep records and all that. And that's just common sense. That's the part people don't want to talk about. Right. Follow the money. And it's going to tell a story. And that's all I wanted to say. Just follow the money.
Yeah.
Because, man, you made millions. If I went to a bank and they told me I only had 300 and some thousand, I probably would have had a heart attack.
Right.
No, where's the fucking money? Who's got the money?
Right.
I used to work at a bank. I did. I had people rounding numbers and they're counting numbers. I could have pulled the same shit that these people were pulling. I could have done the same thing. You feel me? You got to follow the money. And that's all I want to say. But I appreciate you getting out here and just telling it. You know, someone has to tell the truth. Someone has to look at the brighter picture.
Listen, I'm going to show you. These are all around copyrights. Hold on.
It's not even about them. It's about those millions that are being hid. That's what that's about. Yeah, just follow the money. That's all I got to say.
All right, thank you so much for calling.
Someone else calling. All right, bye-bye.
Look, I can have one question. Now make sure we ain't breaking the law about posting some stuff that we don't need to.
This is his money. We found out where his money was.
No, I'm talking about like oh. You're live on Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and what's your one question? Turn it down, sweetie.
I don't even have a question, but I just want to get down. I just want to say this. We as a Black people have to do better. We have to do better. I'm in the chat. I'm reading this. This is the only space, and I'm not, besides his attorney, all the people that have been in R.Kelly's life, this man is putting his face out here to say good things, to bring stuff that we don't know about. I don't know how many people in this chat can reach out to R.Kelly, can even tell us about any of his business dealings, but this man is coming on here. We don't need to be rude. We don't need to be disrespectful to another brother, to another man. This is why R.Kelly is in this situation, because of us. We got to learn how to talk to people. We got to learn how to treat people. And we definitely got to learn how to be respectful and being in disagreement with each other. I'm watching the chat, and this is breaking my heart. We all supposed to be in here to support and to be fans of R.Kelly. This shit here don't make no sense.
Yes, baby.
They constantly coming at this man. Y'all are wrong, and God will deal with y'all. If you say that you love R.Kelly, you have to give this man the utmost respect and listen. You don't have to be in agreement, but listen. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, baby.
God bless you. You're doing an awesome job, bro.
These are all of his contracts right here. These are not all of them. This is a lot of them. This is how we followed the money. We went and had all these damn things printed out with all his Zamba, his Sound Exchange, his Sound Forge, all of his shit printed out. Then we went and got every book he ever published and created and wrote and everything, and people wrote about him. And we grabbed all of those and rolled them, read them.
You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and where you from and what's your one question? Turn your receiver down, please. Hello. Texas Black Diamond, you're live. What's your question? How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm not trying to be rude, because I like the stuff that y'all doing, for R.Kelly, but I'm trying to figure out like how, I'm not trying to be funny, but how can we believe what you say? And you said R.Kelly slept with Leah's mother.
He did, and his father, and her father came into the studio with a gun and pulled it on him. It just wasn't no social media back then.
Which I'm not trying to be funny because I like Dana, I like all of y'all, because I feel like y'all coming together, but it made me feel like I don't know who to like. I don't know. It just made me feel like I don't know whose side to be on, and I don't want to.
No problem. That's not mine. It sounds like a personal problem.
Well, that's why I always tell people when somebody posts something, you have every right to go in and do your research. Do your research, and you can see it for yourself. And some of this paperwork, you can actually go to the courts and get it and request it yourself.
I'm just asking because I remember when the surviving R.Kelly was going, like the first one, when it came out, what her name? I forgot Leah's mother, but I forgot her name, but I remember she came publicly and said it was a lie. So that's what I'm asking.
Okay. You know what? I want to do. I know everybody's entitled to their own questions.
Like I said, I just don't want to be on. I'm not on nobody's side.
No, honey, we hear about Robert, and everybody that you named is they are out enjoying themselves. They probably at a restaurant right now eating good and stuff. We trying to free release popcorn, and we trying to free R.Kelly. And see, that's the problem. We get too caught up on his buddies, but we're not focusing on the things that we need to focus on and trying to get these questions. I'm not hearing nobody ask about Barry Hankerson. I'm not hearing nobody asking about these people. What's his name? The one, oh Lord, I don't have my paperwork. I said I wasn't gonna even talk. I was gonna let y'all do the question, but I don't hear you guys asking about Susan and people like that. What's his name? Jim Goddess and stuff.
Let me talk for a second. This is a lawsuit. Rob's ex-girlfriend. Her name is Martina Wood. She sued him for $50,000.
Okay, sweetie, thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
Hold on, here's another one. Here's the Tiffany Hawkins. She sued him for, how much is that? $50,000. Does that sound familiar? This is a court case. Y'all can go look up these court cases. They filed with the courts right now. That's the court number right there. Google his name against that. She sued Rob $50,000. Susan Logan was the attorney on that. Just the same as the other one, Susan Logan. What else? That's Tracy Sampson. She sued him for $50,000. Let me finish. I mean, I can go on and on. Here's the Tiffany Rogers. I'm sorry, what's her name? Tiffany Rogers lawsuit that she sued him for the money as well. Here is Patricia Jones, another one. We couldn't get a picture of her. She sued him for $2 million. That's against Robert Kelly. All these lawsuits are being settled without people knowing nothing. I can keep going. I got 18 of them sitting here, but folks settled out of court.
You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your question? What's your name and what's your question? I'm sorry. Be respectful as well. Be respectful.
Hey, I'm 110. Respectful. This is JR from Houston, Texas.
Okay, how you doing, JR? How you doing, sweetie?
I'm good. See, this is a classic example of they've done an excellent job with brainwashing Black people. I mean, we are worthy of pity. That's what they mean. We are pitiful. Because Black folks, it is sad to say this, but they've done an excellent job brainwashing us because we fall for anything. I mean, no disrespect to the last caller. Just how she called in, we can hear it in your voice, young lady, where you're at and what your narrative is. Sit back and listen to the facts. See, Black folks have had this, and it's a shame because I'm Black. We've been poisoned. We don't understand nothing but divide and conquer. And it goes way back. And until we learn that, they're going to keep running this on us over and over ad infinitum to this. Because I tell you, these people out here, I mean, it's sad. It is sad. This man is giving you the facts and letting you know what's going on. You don't have to believe it. Just take it and run with it and paint your own picture. But to sit back and call in and try to paint a narrative that you want to appease you, that lets you know they got us exactly where they want us. Because, see, we ain't nothing but a bunch of sheep. Truth be told, we ain't nothing but sheep. And they know how to gather us and run us down a hill. And say, you go here, you go there. Why? Because I said so. And that's the voice of them indirectly. Because they know they slaves. They know how to treat their slaves. Because they've done an excellent job training us. So when you sit here and run your mouth saying this and that and questioning it, why question it if you don't understand it? See, we suffer from cultural conditioning. They teach us what to think. They teach us what to say. They teach us what to eat. They teach us how to think. And we run with this crap. I don't have a question, but black folks going to continue to be losers. And that's what we are. Truth be told, I know it hurts. But sometimes we need our feelings hurt in order to realize who we are. We ain't nothing but a bunch of losers. Truth be told, because we can't even gather together for one common cause. And they know they're slaves. So they're banking on this. 100%. They know they're slaves. So these people in this chat and these callers, I mean, these redundant ass questions, when you sit back and say, well, I heard you say this. Well, why ask the question again? What you think the man is going to say something different? These are petty games that petty people play. So they can go back and run over there to whomever it may concern and say, hey, I heard him say this. Well, he said this before. No. That's not how it works. Petty man, petty woman. Sad. It's just pitiful.
I know this, right. Ooh, thank you, baby.
Don't keep doing what you're doing.
Whew.
Because, like I said, they have done an excellent job on our people. And we know who they are. I don't even have to go into that. Because, see, we fella want to tell the truth to ourselves. And when you don't want to tell the truth to yourself, you're group booking. And they bank on that. Because, like I said before, they know they're slaves. So, people, wake up and smell the coffee. All right, T.
I really appreciate you calling with that because we need it, honey. And that's the thing. Sometimes we don't let a person explain themselves, and they trying to scream over you and explain, and you screaming at them, and it's back and forth. And when you speaking, and then the first thing people like, he said this and he said that, but you don't understand what he's saying because he's trying to get it out so fast, and then you miss one word.
It's not so much of them trying to explain themselves. They come in with a narrative.
Yeah.
They've been conditioned. That's what I mean by culturally conditioned. They don't want to hear it because they are slaves. Their mind is in shackles. They don't have free thought. They don't want to hear what's true and what's makes sense. They want to be like a group of cattle. You go here, you go there. They want to be laid. And sometimes that is a terrible, terrible idea and ideology to have in one's mind, especially when you're black. Because, see, here's the thing. When you allow people to control your thought pattern like that, they always know how you're going to think, what you're going to think. So that's how they're able to manipulate you and control you when not even being around you. They can control you from millions and millions of miles away. called a well-tooled machine that continue to run their business the way they run it. Wake up the smell of coffee, people. Wake up.
Amen.
All right. Talk to you later, sis.
Thank you. And you have a blessed weekend. And I appreciate you, honey. We need that wisdom from our people to get us back on track. Some people are going to listen. Some people you just can't help. But, you know, all is good. And we appreciate you coming on here. Some might not, but that's okay. And I'm going to tell you something. I see the passion in his face and in the watery eyes and stuff like that. And
well, I'm gonna leave on this note. You know what they tell us, the truth hurt, but pretty much people hear that and think that's some kind of cliche saying. But see, it pains black people to hear the truth. It pains them, and they don't want to know the truth because see, when you get the truth, it reflects on you in a certain sense. So black folks want to be lied to. They like to share, and they like to lie to themselves because it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
They're booking when they got you like that. Like I say, they know they're slaves. Peace, baby. I love you to life.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate you for calling in with it. We need some church today. We need some church. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and where you from, and what's your one question?
Well, let's answer the lady about.
I called in earlier, and I commended Don for telling people. Well, I mentioned it that it was all about the money, and I commend Don again for throwing up those lawsuits up there. Because once you start looking at these lawsuits and start seeing what attorney was involved, now it's going to be like a domino effect. See what did that attorney? What was her role in filing all these suits? I mean, it's all about money, and that's what people can't seem to understand. And like the brother said earlier, who called in right before me, we are trained to think a certain way. All it takes is common sense. It's about those dollars. If this man was in the dark, Don came in and started waking them up. Now, hey, look, Don got to go. We got to find a way to get this done. I mean, you understand me? Because we've kept this nigga in the blinds for the last 20 years. We don't want to wake up. I mean, you feel me? And it's going to be like a domino effect. When the potential jurors see what this man was great in music, but he was illiterate in other areas such as being able to understand business and this, that, and the other, they can't help but to let him go. Because they knew it was conspiracy. You had millions of dollars involved. Like I said earlier, if I was going to a bank and they tell me I want to have $300,000, I would have passed out. You feel me? I immediately will start an investigation. Where's the money? It's all about the money. And like Don said earlier, we as black people, we got to learn to read. And like I said, if anyone had a really cared for R.Kelly, they'd be like, get hook on phonics, dog. You got to learn something, man. You know, and it's just simple as that. And I commend that other caller because he said, like you said, we are programmed to think a certain way. It's not about just those broads. It's about those millions that were stolen and who stole those millions. Because once that starts coming out, it's just like a domino effect. People are going to start falling just like leaves off of a tree. They're going to start falling. And that's what it's all about. And you can bet those two Jane Does that they keep talking about, the FBI has to do a thorough investigation of them. Because I want to bet you $1 to a fact, man, that they're going to be affiliated with someone close to R.Kelly. You can bet that. You can bet that. You have to do the homework. You feel me? Yep. It's common sense. It boils down to having common sense. And that's what a lot of us just don't have. You feel me? Just like Don said, I've been in jail. I've had people testify against me. I've been there. I have. And it ain't that nice. But the thing of it is, like I said, I keep reiterating, it's all about the money.
follow the money trail. Then you're going to find out different people that was taking his money, those two Jane Does. Now you heard it here first. I will bet you $1 to a fat man. Those two Jane Does are affiliated with someone close to R.Kelly. Bottom line. Now I'll let someone else call in.
All right, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Okay, what I want to try to do, you guys, is one question. You say your name, where you from, one question, and then I'm gonna hang up the phone.
Let me just address the lady about the lawsuit. I'm glad everybody paid attention to that.
Okay, let me put this person on hold. Caller, can you hold for a second, please?
Yeah, it was 18 lawsuits. This lady here, Susan Logan. I don't know if I can see that. Susan Logan represented the other side. Susan Logan went to school with Daryl McDavid. They went to the same alma mater, and they've got.
Hold for 1 second, please.
There were several corporations like this one, RSK Enterprises, that was set up. RSK Enterprises was set up out of Florida. You see that? Rob lived in Illinois. This is, what does it say? RSK Enterprise, Entertainment Worldwide. That's one of the corporations they set up to funnel money. Why would he set up a corporation in Florida? He lived in Chicago. Well, he had two of these. It was a Chicago-based one, and it was a Florida-based one. And John Holder and Mason, who was Rob's ex-attorney at the time, they were funneling the money from his distribution and his royalties, which is all these things that I showed y'all. These are his royalty distribution contracts from Universal Music Group and all of the different labels, that ASCAP, BMI, and all of that kind of stuff. That's what these are. These are royalty payouts that he was making from different things. His ownership from Zama Records. This is all R.Kelly. You want me to open up? This ain't no bullshit. This is really his stuff.
He's answering the question that's online, so I'll put you on in a minute, okay?
Right here. This is all the research. This is all of this stuff. You see that? Zama Enterprises. All this Rob. So all this research we did to find his money and who was stealing his money, and that's when people start coming out against me, because I know their dirty secrets. I know where they were putting his money to. I know what they were stealing from him. I know all that stuff. So I can tell y'all these names, because on these names, there's names like Linda Miss, Daryl McDavid, and all these folks. And Rob is like, I never got a royalty in my life. Well, why didn't you? Where was your money going? Because right here it says Zama paid out $22 million in 1 year in royalty disbursements. You didn't get any of that? No. Okay, now, so you don't think that people want to discredit me, don't want me talking to lawyers and all that, when I know this kind of information? I got tons of these damn things here showing this man all of his royalty payouts, his money, where his copyrights and all, where all that stuff went. I got all of that. Rob's copyrights on all of his songs. These are all of the songs that the man owned. Hold on. This should have been done more organized, but hell, this is a spur of the moment, and y'all testing me. All of this man's copyrights, right here. All information. We got everything. And like I said, this is the data that I'm talking about. His attorneys don't want access to. Why the fuck is that? Why don't they want access to any of this stuff if it shows where the money went, who was stealing it, which is the same names of the people that's turning in this evidence against him? Why don't they want access to any of that stuff? Why don't they want to know Susan Logan and David and all these things? These are contracts that Rob.
Okay, he was answering the lady about the lawsuits. We're gonna get you in just a second when he finished. We have a caller on. This is thank you for coming on live with Texas Black Diamond. What is your question and where you from?
Okay, this is Hollywood next, and I want to say this is a great commentary. First of all, I know me and Don have had our little bumping heads. Whenever Shim, but mainly me, he's always been consistent. So what I just want to add is, because I see a lot of people in the chat saying they want me to communicate with him. I don't have a problem with Don. So shout out to Mac Don, because he's the one that's really pushing me to call in, and I'm here now. So Don, what I would like to suggest is that you have all this information that it seems to be very helpful. And since I was targeted and threatened by the Clarys and his associate, Larry Roman, I personally reached out to the assistant district attorney just yesterday. She actually returned my phone call. She merged me into the call with the Homeland Security investigator who was handling Rob's case. So what I would like to say is, if you don't mind,
We can convert off air. You can give me this information and I can forward it over to the investigators so that they can have this information and do their diligence, since the attorneys are not willing to communicate with you. No, I'm not trying to offend you. I'm just saying if this can be helpful. Now, if it's not helpful, then
hold on. Listen, you're a blogger. You have not been involved with this case in no capacity. I don't know who you are.
This is Hollywood Next.
I don't know who she is. She came around in and she wanted me to turn over what I have to her. That's absolutely asking. Don't ask me like that. That's an insult. Are you serious? Come on, Hollywood Next. Don't come at me like that. I can take this to the feds myself. Why do I need you to do that?
Okay, I'm just saying.
Why would I give this to the feds against him? That don't even make sense. They're not investigating for him. They're against him. Why would I give this to you?
No, she was talking about the threatening, somebody threatening you guys to keep you guys from doing what you're doing.
Why would I give this to the same people who have charges on him? They're not looking to help her. They're looking to, so I give them all the stuff that we need to get him out. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so let me just back it up because I see your facial expression, and I'm not trying to offend you because I know me and you have our differences of opinions and things like that, but I'm just saying you're presenting a lot of information, and it seems like if you can't see, I see people in the chat talking about, we'll take the stuff to the mainstream media, why not take it to TMC and so on and so forth. I don't know what you're up to. No one knows because you are only coming on and off at different times. So I'm personally trying to understand what can be done to help Rob out, because that's the whole bottom line. And we're just trying to get him out of this unfortunate situation. So what can we do collectively to help out? Because everybody seems to be doing their own thing and you are doing your thing. So all I'm saying is, what can we do to collectively get this man to whoever needs this information that can get him out of this situation? What can we do? What my question is.
He needs a good legal team. That's what he needs. He needs one that cares, because me and you are collectively, we are soldiers marching in the same direction. We all want to see him free, but for some reason, it's not reaching his legal team. Why haven't I'm showing y'all? Because a lot of all what information you got, I got the information. It's right here. So why isn't his legal team reaching out to me to say, Don, let's sit down and talk about this stuff you've got? Rob told them to get it from me. Why won't they do it? It's pretty apparent that they're working with the other side to me, because I'm showing y'all that I have tons of research and to show where the money came from, where it went. Why don't they want to know that? So until there's a legal team in place that I think really cares about defending this man and adequately coming out, adjudicating his case, I'm not giving this to anybody. This could be all we have to get this man out. If Tom Musgrove don't ask me for it, I'll give it to him. If Jeff asks me for it, I'll give it to him. But right now, to date, I've reached out to Greenberg countless amount of times. Rob told Greenberg to work with me, and guess what? He ain't reached out to me for no reason. So he obviously is working for the other side. Search the motions that he's filed in this case. None. So no, I'm not turning this over to him when it's all this man. The last chance. I'm not to be pretty sure who I'll get it to is going to make sure that it falls in the right hands. What y'all doing, man?
Well, I am concerned about his legal team, because I too myself do agree that they're not doing enough or showing any type of signs of him being getting some type of bond. Everything that they're putting through has been dismissed, denied. I'm trying to understand, like, they're not doing enough. But I have reached out personally, and I have not even told this to anyone, so I'm just going to say it now. I am in communication with the Minister Farrakhan, and he is a supporter of R.Kelly.
This
so
is what we need.
Something that I can communicate with him. I have him on speed dial. I'm in communication with him, and then I'm also in communication with some people from the NAACP, because some folks have emailed me some information, and I'm in direct contact with these people. So all I'm saying is, if there's anything that we can do, I know once again we don't see eye to eye. I mean, maybe not you to me, but me to you, because I've had my differences of opinion. I know, that is the past, but right now, because we don't have a lot of time is winding down before this trial starting to approach us really rapidly. I'm just trying to figure out what information or how I can get you in communication with the people that I'm talking to, like Farrakhan and some of the people from the NAACP, to put you in contact with them and see what y'all can do together.
Listen, that's assuming that I haven't already spoken with those folks, and I have spoken with a lot of them. I'll let you speak. Let me just respond. Farrakhan's son-in-law is like very close to me. We've already spoken about several things. And what I'm doing is based on the advice that I've been given from all of the high officials that I rub shoulders with, and I'm sure that some high individuals. Rob put me in a certain position because he knows who I am. He did not say, Don, communicate and give this information to any blogger or anything like that, which is why it's still right here and not blasted all over the internet. That's just proof that it does exist. If you guys are going to smoke Greenberg out and tell him to either retire or come on, sit down and let's go over this information, that's the only person that is going to. But I'm not going to have the only information that can save this man all around the public domain talking to folks. I'm strategic enough. I'm damn smart, to be frank, almost a genius. So I strategize, and I have a team of strategists that sit down and work with me, and we talk through these things as well. And they're scholars. They actually tell me what to do. If I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong damn room. That's how I feel about it. So frankly, I understand what you're saying, but you've jumped on too many sides of the fence for me to trust any of you. I mean, if you're going to go out there and speak on his behalf and mobilize his ground troops and supporters, then that's fine. But don't think that I'm going to step down, and I've already attempted to do this in the past, and say, okay, cool, I'm going to give y'all this. For what? It's not going to help him letting the world see what I have in these boxes. It only helps him formulate a proper defense. So if you have information, send it to who you feel is necessary to get him out of that person. I mean, I don't believe that he's that person.
Right.
But
platform.
The bottom line is,
what you trying to say? Talking loud with Tisha. Hold up, just 1 second. I'm trying to.
No, go ahead. I'm listening to it. Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to see what she means. Small platforms. He's trying to reach out to all the social media pages, even if it's 3. Even if it's 3.
Is that a small platform? That's Rolling Stones. The information that went to TMZ, I just tell them not to put my name in it. I talk to the big guys too.
Right. Okay. So let me just say this in conclusion. All this going back and forth and expressing yourself on all these different platforms. If R.Kelly doesn't do something about his legal team, it's nothing we personally can do. He's in control. He has to be the one to tell his legal team if they're not respecting his wishes, and he told these people to communicate with you and they have not done so, then it's nothing personally we're going to be able to do about it if they're not respecting their own client's wishes. He is responsible to hire and fire and have them communicate with whoever he wants them to communicate with. So if that's not happening, then I'm not sure why it's not happening, but that's something that R.Kelly personally is going to have to take up with his own legal team. And I'm going on that note, you guys. Thank you. And y'all hit that like button for Texas Black.
Thank you. And thank you for what you're doing too, Hollywood. And you know what I really get sick of, because I try to work with try to reach out to work with these supposed to be supporters and bloggers of Robert, but they get on here and they try to throw a little freaking shade. And I'm gonna tell you something. I pray before I get on here so I won't lose my freaking cool, and I try to keep the peace in this MF with some of these bloggers that try to throw shades. I already know whose side you're on anyway, for one. But for me, I don't have time for the kindergarten stuff. I've been out the damn off the playground in the sandbox. Okay, I got on my grown woman panties. So all them that shade that y'all throwing and stuff like that, because y'all riding for a certain person, don't come on here with that shit on my damn page and my address, because I am working on one thing, and we all should be working on. That's the reason why shit can't go smooth and we can't get along. We can't do shit because of the damn shade. I see the shade. I'm not no dumb MF. Believe that. I ignore it. Okay, and I give everybody their props that's trying to do things for Robert. And I'm not that shady person. So don't come on here and try to throw shade in my shit. Take that shit to your friend's address. Take it to his damn address. Don't come here and try to pinch my nerve. I said I was going to be the referee. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I'm letting you know now. Don't come on to my damn address. I respect everybody's address. I don't come on there throwing shade. Okay, if this man on here trying to help Robert, God damn it, and you say you a supporter for Robert, damn it, let him do that. I don't give a fuck how the next person feel about this man. He's in my house. He's in my house. He's a guest in my house. Respect that. So don't throw that shade to my while he coming on a little platform. I don't give a fuck. It's 4 people following me. Them 4 people can spread the word. I'm not about all that.
And not only that, but he can go wherever he chooses to go. I mean, if he
You're
on
making
your
my
platform
nerve.
and express himself, and you gave him the opportunity to do that, then that's you guys' prerogative. Nobody's gonna get mad at Don because Dana doesn't like Don and Dana want to throw shade at him. I feel like when people throw shade at him the way that they have been doing that just goes to show that he has some truth, because they do it to myself and they do it to others as well. And I know I've been doing some diligent research. I may not have no direct contact to Robert. I don't know him. I do not desire to meet him. What I do is from the bottom of my heart, because God, he's the one who summoned me to get in this fight and to do what I can to bring my strong voice and do what I can to research and bring factual information to the platform. So all this other big back and forth with people that want to have drama with each other, that's totally irrelevant. I'm more focused on getting R.Kelly vindicated and doing my diligence. You're doing yours, he's doing his, and everybody may be independent or individually, but like I said, collectively, it'll come together. Ride your own wave. As I always tell people, ride your own wave. If you ride your wave the right way, we'll all end up at the same place at the same fucking time, and that's walking Robert Kelly out that facility and let that man get vindicated of all these fake ass charges. So once again, Texas Diamond, God bless you. Don, keep up the good work. Your diligence is appreciated. No matter the stones that people throw at you, they point fingers at you, they point them at me, they say I'm this, they say you're that. Who cares? Just continue to fight this fight regardless, because we're already in an unfair fight anyway. So at the end of the day, rather we communicate together or not, the bottom line is we're fighting for R.Kelly. We want that man out this situation, and that's just all I got to say. God bless you all, and continue doing what y'all do, and let's get R.Kelly vindicated.
Thank you. I'm gonna say this because and I didn't want to lose my cool, but what I'm saying here is you can answer your question, and I ain't even about me. I let it be the people that want to talk to Don. I said I'm gonna let you guys call in and ask him the question. I'm gonna just sit to the side, but don't throw shades. And I'm gonna put it like this: we are going against some high powerful people right now. And pennies, you pick them pennies up and you keep picking those pennies up, they become dollars. Okay, it doesn't matter. This is what he's doing. He's gonna come. He's going on different platforms to speak about it. And if this the way he can do it, that's the way he can do it. I was on the phone when this man was on trying to give information to TMZ. Do y'all not see the mainstream media don't want no good shit and good information for Robert? We fighting against high power people, and these literally we trying to get together as a bunch. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name? Where you from? And what's your question? Texas Black Diamond, you're live. Texas Black Diamond, you're live. Texas Black Diamond, you are live. Well, I guess not. Because I don't have time for this today. I apologize, people. Texas Black Diamond, you're live. What's your name? Where you're from? And what's your question? Texas Black Diamond, you're live. Repeat that, sir.
This is Curtis from Camden.
Okay. Go ahead, Curtis. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing so fine. I didn't know my phone was on or anything like that. Thank you very much. Man, there's been so much drama and whatever. I'm glad I get the call. I want to ask Don Russell. He made a point about Susan Logan's and Daryl McDavid, and that intrigues me a little bit because that's an interesting connection. I have a question about this. Daryl McDavid is part of the indictment as far as the Chicago with Minor One. We know who Minor One is. What is his opinion on why he's being since he's done all these things to steal from R.Kelly and look like he's part of the conspiracy to take him down?
I want to answer you, but some parts of your question got distorted. Hey, guys.
Can you repeat that so he can hear it?
Okay. The question is this. Daryl McDavid is part of the indictment also. As with regards to Model 1 and the tape and everything like that and extortion and all that. So the question is, how come Derek McDavid is being targeted also, even though he's also one of the ones who went to extort Robert and take his money and everything like that? Why are Homeland, in your opinion, indicting him also? Is it to shut him up or anything like that? Or to have him flip on R.Kelly?
Well, I mean, I can't. What I can do is speak on behalf of what Homeland is doing. But what I can say is, from experience, when you want to show how far you're willing to take it, you indict somebody and say either you're gonna work with us, or we're coming after you too, because we know your hand is dirty. So, to me, what it appears is that maybe Daryl initially didn't participate because he figured once they dug in, they were going to see exactly how he was directly involved with a lot of these transactions. But Homeland's only after R.Kelly, they ain't after Daryl. So listen, you cut me a deal, then I'll dive in on your side and won't shut up and make the life easier for y'all. That just makes sense to me.
Okay. You answered my question. Thank you very much. And thanks for being on Black Time.
Thank you for calling with a question and getting right off. I appreciate it, sweetie. You enjoy your weekend.
No problem. No problem. Free R.Kelly.
That's right. Ooh, Lord Jesus have mercy. No, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or nothing like that, but that hits a nerve. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name? Where you from? And what's your question? You're live with
Beautiful Jones. I don't have a question for Don. I just want to know, why did your minds block me? I'm surprised on why I can't comment.
Okay, what's your name, sweetie? Because I just told them if do not block anyone as long as they ain't talking about bomb threats, killing and saying, calling people the B words and stuff like that. Do not take any of that. What that's what I'm saying. Just y'all what.
My name is Love is Beautiful Jones.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go in there and find it. Okay, Love is Beautiful Jones. It probably was done by accident. I remember you. What was your question though? What you put up there?
I don't have a question for Don.
Okay, I'm just saying what you put up there. I mean, maybe I can answer it or see what it is.
You said you don't have a question.
Okay, all right, sweetie. You have a blessing. Okay. Just text that that name to me and I'll look it up because I don't want to go out of this screen because I might mess up something.
Okay, it is a number.
Yeah, just send me your information through this number here.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said they'll try to go in and find it. Oh Lord, they been calling, baby. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and where you're from? And what's your question?
Hi, Texas Black Diamond, and hi, Don. My name is Latanya, and I'm calling from Alabama. I looked over the things that he was talking about, like the racketeering and the man law. The man law and the sex trafficking, they're basically like the same thing. But the sex trafficking adds a little more because, like, the man law is saying that you took another being from one state to another for immoral acts. But I'm like, that's crazy because, like, before I was married and the person I dated was in another state, I went to another state and we did immoral acts, but they were consensual acts. So anyway, and then the sex trafficking, it's saying like you had someone, like you were kidnapping them and keeping them from doing whatever, to have control over their minds or whatever, this and that. But I see where the racketeering, that RICO Act, they had to put Aaliyah in there because the only thing they charged him with the RICO Act before they put Aaliyah in there. Then they thought about it
Because how could they do that? That's why they threw Aaliyah in there for the bribery. But I was wondering, like, what are his main concerns about those three things?
I'm sorry. I said I took a break to use the bathroom, so I didn't hear half of what you said. I apologize.
I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Yeah, I jumped up and used the bathroom. I said, "Excuse me, I got to use the bathroom." I'm
sorry. I'm sorry because I didn't hear you either.
Well, I didn't hear you say that. Okay. So again, I was reading over what the Mann Act is, and it's basically like they have went and amended it because that's the same thing they got Chuck Berry on, and I think he served like 2 years, but I think they went back in 86 and amended it, and so it's basically like if you have someone and they go from one state to another for immoral acts. But I was like, how could you even have a law like that? It initially came from white slave masters transferring us from wherever, doing whatever to us. But then now they try to turn around and say immoral acts. I'm like, tell me how many unmarried people go that are in long distance relationships, and so everybody need to get the Mann Act on them. That's crazy.
That's real. That's real. Yeah, I mean.
But also, I was saying too, because I looked at that RICO, and the reason why, they initially charged him with that RICO Act, but they didn't say anything about the bribe about Aaliyah, and they looked at it themselves, and they were like, how are we going to get him on this? But then they looked back at what Demetrius Smith said, so that's why they threw Aaliyah in there, because the only way that racketeering could hold is because of the bribery, so-called bribery that they did with Aaliyah.
No, it's actually Azriel. That's what they're going for the RICO. Azriel is kind of attached to that. So they had to kind of hold off until after.
Yeah. But I thought about it too. That girl, she was in there all this time. Her daddy said they sent her to acting school, and I really backed her and stuff. I had heartfelt feelings for her and stuff. But then I believe that girl was in the whole time sneaking around when that man wasn't in his home and stuff, getting information for her dad. Probably recording conversations with her and Jocelyn, her and his attorneys. You don't know how much of stuff she recorded and snuck behind that man's back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. I mean, her being up in the house the other day with Shabazz and her dad, and then she even went on his show and said that she had been in communication with her parents the whole time, which I knew partially. I knew she was talking to her mom. I didn't know she was talking to her dad, but who knows? I mean, that's just it. I mean, they've been working. It's like entrapment. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like they've been working to entrap him in a scenario that he couldn't basically build a case from thin air because they had some vendetta against him. I mean, but they keep planting people in that their main role is to, capture him in a certain element. I mean, who's to say that these people didn't create the element that they had to catch him in? I mean, if you plant somebody in there, with Azriel, I believe now was a plant. Daryl McDavid was turned over on him years ago. Willard, it's a whole bunch of guys that worked with Rob that I'm looking at, and I'm looking at all these emails that were coming in that they were getting to themselves and using them to set up certain things. And I'm like, why would he do that? I mean, that whole situation with Rob going to Dubai to do that show, and that's part of why he didn't get a bail. And that's funny when people are saying shit. They're ignoring that. He was supposed to sneak his people out of Indiana on a private jet to Dubai and do some shows, and they were going to hide him over. And then the judge, of course, took his passport after that. That's why he didn't get a bail. But it was one person that I know negotiated that did, and that was Willard, period. His stage guy. And I cussed Willard's ass out alone in a group text with R.Kelly saying, "You stupid motherfucker. Why would you send somebody a text or email saying that Rob is going to sneak out of fucking Indiana on a private jet with 2 of his girlfriends to go do a show in Dubai, and he didn't have a passport. Why would you do that? For them to show it and show enough, that's part of the reason they denied his bond, because he had already shown his willingness to jump on a plane out of Indiana and fly to Dubai. Willard is the only one who knew about that shit because he negotiated that deal, period.
And for anyone that thinks that this guy is a celebrity, and if they don't think like attorneys are sneaky and undermining and hold things back, I have had several things like cases and had attorneys, and they could have solved the cases long ago, but they was just screaming along to attach more money for them. They don't care about you. They care about themselves. In this high-profile celebrity case, Greenberg, if he wins, it's going to make him way popular. But even some of those people, they know each other, and they work for each other. And they don't. Some of the attorneys that you hire, give your money to, they know off the bat they're going to do everything to throw in and wrench your case, and they'll do that. That's how they are. They know each other, sit down at the table with each other, break bread with each other and stuff like that. When I saw Mesro on there, because I believe in Mesro, I was so excited and elated, but then I honestly didn't think the ego of Greensburg would have that man to come in there no way. And I think the Mesro probably think low of Greensburg anyway, because that man was Drew Peterson's attorney. Drew Peterson, if y'all know who he was a police officer and murdered his wife or whatever, but Greensburg had that man going on every CNN and everything talking about that murder trial. And I was like, that's so stupid. Like, why would you talk and say things and they could use that to get you to the court law anyway? The man was convicted and he has appealed it because of insufficient counsel. And Greensburg was his attorney.
Wow.
But do your research. It's another high-profile attorney, and he's going back and forth with Greensburg. And he told him he was calling Greensburg a piece of shit and stuff. And he was like, "I feel so sorry for R.Kelly that he hired you as an attorney and stuff." This was like when it first happened. I can't think of the attorney's name, but he's been on like CNN and stuff.
Well, let me just say this to y'all. I'm gonna say it for the last and final time. I am listening to her, but anyway, one, the thing with him and Greenberg and the guy he represented, he did get fired for incompetence. Mesro said he would not work with him. Several high-profile lawyers are coming in stating that Scott Peterson, right? Several high-profile lawyers say that they can't work with him because they consider his tactics are not in favor of his client. The final thing, though, that I had to mention to folks was real simple. I said, listen, when Rob had Greenberg came on board to represent him in the lawsuit against Lifetime. When he had Greenberg, his charges were very, very small. There was 4 girls in Illinois. It was not the federal and all these other things. Of course, with the lack of financial resources, stuff like that, when the case elevated to these other cases, Greenberg should have stepped down or hired something or brought somebody else in. Rob not having money, he's not a genius. Everybody thinks that he's the smartest guy with business like he is with music. He's not. Just because he creates great music doesn't mean he's great with business. So he didn't know how to go about, even at that time, getting other lawyers down there to come talk to him that would take on his case. And then when Greenberg locked him down, put him in solitary and all of that kind of stuff, how could the lawyers get to him without going to Greenberg? So there are other lawyers that want to get to Rob. Greenberg let Mesro in and Steinbeck in because, one, he did not know that I sent Mesro over there. I had met with him several times in California first, but I didn't send Steinbeck. Another friend said Steinbeck, but after I interviewed Steinbeck, we sat down together. I was like, you know what, you're great for the job. I did my research on him. But Greenberg is blocking him from getting other attorneys. And Rob has no control over that. He can't tell the prison to let other attorneys in here. That's his lawyer's job because he, guess what? Gave him power of attorney. So his attorney is the one making those decisions for Rob. It's not Rob that's making those decisions for him.
Okay, well, thank you, sweetie.
I do understand Rob also that he, because it's so close to his trials, like what.
Oh, we accidentally lost her, but next caller, and please make it short so the next person can call in. I think Don has is it phases?
Yeah.
Today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, phases. So, but he's on here to answer the.
I've been neglecting my kids all day.
I know. I see you looking at it, baby. So, you guys, if y'all want to go ahead and get those questions in, so he can be with his babies, because we appreciate that, and father is first hand of all. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and what's your question? Can you please turn down your receiver, please, so we won't hear the feedback?
Yeah, that's Rubens calling back. Hey, John, these people, the moms in here are calling me, blocking me, Texas. It's just the name, a.k.a. Roosevelt Rubens.
Okay.
This is the one that I encourage Tyson to reach out to Don and get Don on the platform. But Don, those lawsuits that you just showed us, were you instrumental in getting those dismissed?
Say that again. What'd you say?
Repeat that.
The lawsuits that you just showed us, were you instrumental in getting those dismissed?
No, I wasn't even around when those lawsuits were filed. Those were back 20 years ago. The year. Hold on, let me tell you the years on those.
Okay, all right then. Last, Siobhan Wilson, I want Don. I'd like for you, man. I would like for you to get what the Him Two Women, man. Y'all marry up, man. You get together, man, and see what y'all can do. They got a great movement. You know what I'm saying? And I'll even contribute some funds to it, man. If you could use your connections to maybe bring in some other male artists in the industry who this injustice could impact. You couple that with the Him Too movement that these women have started, and we could really push back. I begin to push back to these Me Too's and these Time's Up movements, man. And I think you need somebody in the industry or industry connections, maybe like yourself, and then a grass group of women like Him Too to marry up and create a movement. All right.
Listen, I totally agree with you. I had spoke to some people a while ago, some very prominent industry guys, as well as civil rights people, and they agree that no, we cannot allow media to determine the outcome of a judicial process. And that's exactly what's happening right now. The media is taking control of the judicial process by swaying voters, witnesses, and as well as potential jurors, by controlling the atmosphere. So, and the biggest thing about it is, they can target whoever. I mean, they can bring anybody down, from a dorm room.
Anybody, man. You know what I mean?
So there are a lot of people that want to be a part of a movement to push back. You got to balance it out. It can't just be Me Too's of the world without having an anti-Me Too that can go back and keep them honest. So putting together a movement that, you're right, that it does essentially the work. And I talked to some people about that already that are willing to participate high numbers too. But listen, inbox me. I'm on Facebook. That's the only thing I'm on, Don Russell. Inbox me your details, and we'll sit down and talk more about it. You know what I mean? Because
all right, it's your bone. I keep calling for you.
And I'm trying to get her. I want her to call in too.
I keep calling for you, Siobhan. You ain't coming.
I need her to call in.
All right, thank you, Texas.
You have a blessed weekend. One of the members from the Me Too, I want her to call in. Because they are powerful, and their team, and they've been through a lot with these ops, and they have gone through a lot, and I really want people to work with them too. So I've been trying to reach out to them as well to get that information, because they're a great team. You're online with Texas Black Diamond. What's your name? Where you from? And what's your question?
Hi, this is Lamar. I'm from New York. How are you?
I'm doing well. And yourself, sweetie?
Good. Oh my gosh, thank you so very much. I have a couple of questions and a couple of statements. I'm going to make it really quick. Okay, so the first thing is for Don. So we've been sending donations in to Doug Anton. So my question is, I know Don's been coming on different platforms saying that Doug Anton and Nicole Blank Decker is no longer Rob's attorney. So who should be getting these donations?
Well, at this point, I can't tell. I mean, if anything, Greenberg, because he is still his attorney. So that would be the person that I would send it to, Greenberg, if I was going to send it, because that's what we know represents Rob. Anybody else under that, Greenberg controls them as well. He's the head attorney on the case. So, I mean, I would send it to Greenberg if I were you, just to be safe, because, and I'm not for Greenberg, but legally he represents Rob. Doug Anton is on the New York case, and I know Greenberg is actually using Doug Anton's license to represent Rob, because he's not licensed out of New York to represent him. So I would say just send it to Greenberg directly. I mean, that would be the person to send it to, because legally he is the attorney that's you can also.
They sure do.
Yeah, and that's it. That's one person that I would suggest.
Okay, and for the listeners, just a quick point. Greenberg he actually represented Scott Peterson. He's the one who murdered his wife, and Scott Peterson actually dropped Greenberg because he claimed he never picked up his discovery. So just to point out that Greenberg is not a trial attorney, and that he never actually picked up any of his discoveries and never filed any motions. So he's not even equipped to actually handle a case of Rob's magnitude. And also, Doug Anton is a sports attorney out of New Jersey. So he's brought on to handle Rob's cases for his contracts in Dubai. That is why he was actually brought on. So Rob needs an attorney in New York that actually handles federal cases for like RICO. New York is the best type of place to actually hire RICO, because normally RICO is for like managed care companies and also mob cases and things like that. So none of his attorneys besides Nicole Blank Decker is equipped to handle any of his cases. So I don't even know why Greenberg has power of attorney, because normally people who are sick or incapacitated get power of attorney. So that absolutely makes no sense to me at all. And Madrigal is a good attorney, but he's not even really, I don't even know why he was even brought on, because he fell asleep during the Cosby case. So I don't even know why he was. But those are just my points. And you're absolutely right. Rob probably never even looked at none of his contracts, because, he can't really read too much. But those are just my points. I think that, this is already the middle of January, and his cases are coming up in May. So the fact that and even the judge said that his discovery has never been picked up is not surprising. That's a fact. That discovery should have been picked up a long time ago. But like Greenberg said, his family is not starving. He drives a Maserati. So that goes to tell you right now, he's gouging Rob out of money, and he's probably taking all of these donations and probably just using it for nothing. He could have sent his paralegal or had a messenger pick up those discoveries. So right now, nothing is getting done for those cases. So thank you again for taking my call, and that's all I wanted to say. And I wish some of these, not you, Texas, I'm sorry, but some of these bloggers would stop using and saying, going back and forth, and let's get to the bottom of this, because actually some of these lawyers that coming out of law school can probably pick this case apart better than some of these attorneys that Rob actually has right now, because they're doing absolutely nothing. I actually pulled the case off of the website and was actually able to pull it apart myself, and I'm not even an attorney. I just work very closely with my legal department and was able to go through it. It's not a hard case. Some of these cases for that RICO goes back to 1998, and some of these motions could have been dropped. It's not a hard case. It's just so many parts to it. So thank you so very much, Don, and thank you so very much, ma'am, for letting me speak. I appreciate it and don't want to take up too much of your time.
You're welcome. You enjoy your weekend, ma'am. I appreciate you calling in. Don, do you want to answer some questions on here? Can you see the screen? Do you want to answer some questions on? Oh Lord, I'm finna burn out. I'm going to the restroom. I need a break too.
Well,
because I know Dawn.
She made some great points.
So you can be with your family. And I know you're not feeling well. I said, I know you're not feeling well. Do you want to, do 3 or 4 more questions, and so you can be with your family? Because I already know you're not feeling well, too. And we appreciate that you're on here. You got your babies you're trying to attend to, and we appreciate it. So, I mean, it's up to you on what you want to do, because this is between you and the viewers. We got some.
I'll take two more questions, and we can end it. Jamie.
Okay, let me call this person back. I'll just call them because they saying they're trying to call.
2 more questions.
2 more. Okay. So the last person better get it in. Texas.
Hello.
You're calling Texas Black Diamond. What's your name and what's your question?
Yes, my name is Gloria. I'm calling from Illinois, and I just want to say hello to Don. I did have a chance to speak with him right before Robert got.
Well, he had bad connection. He just ended up with a bad connection, so he's off. Maybe he'll call back.
Oh, okay. Because I just was wondering, Texas. I'm subscribed to your channel, and I just wanted to know, what are we doing to mobilize? This is serious. It's almost over. What are we doing to mobilize?
We've been trying to work on that, and I do want to talk about that too, because I have been trying to reach out to certain people. So you get no reply, and so it's kind of hard when you have these myself people. It's really hard, and I just said I'm gonna just be honest. I have reached out to so many people. Just so many. I emailed them, and I'm like, what can we do behind the scenes so we can get information out here to his followers, so we can work on stuff behind the scenes, because I actually been doing things behind the scenes. His device is he's back on. Okay, he's back on. Go ahead, sweetie.
Are you talking to me?
He's back on, sweetie. Don's back on.
Hi, Dawn. This is Lori. I know you're not going to remember me, but before Rock got picked up in July, we were in negotiations. We were going to try to bring him into my city. My heart has been broken.
Sweetie, I think you're having a bad connection. Can you fix it?
Bad connection. I can't hear you.
Oh, I am?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. Go ahead.
Okay, well, anyway, Don, forget all that. Well, what I want to know is that, being that you know Rob and you've been with him, and I know that for a fact because I've spoken with you, is there any way that you can be the lead to help us mobilize? We're talking about all our Black men being just taken over by the system. Rob is not the only Black man that's going to have to go through this. I hope we all understand that. I hope we know that we have sons, we have uncles, and we have fathers. I mean, the Me Too movement has gone too far. We have to mobilize. So I was just wondering, being that, Cuban, I think his name was Cuban Gooding Jr., Usher, Bill Cosby, R.Kelly, just all of these people who are being charged with these silly crimes from 30, 40 years. The Me Too movement has gone too far. We have to combat that. We have to.
I agree, and ma'am, just to answer the question, there are works right now that I'm directly involved with because of this. I mean, I was a target earlier on in my career, my tech company and being an entertainer and all of that stuff. So that's part of the reason why I kind of sympathize with what Rob was going through, because I know firsthand how, someone accusing you falsely of something that you didn't do, the damage that can do to your career. That's part of the reason why I didn't want to be tap dancing on stages no more versus behind the scenes, because I was less visible to foolishness like that. So there is something that we've been working on. I've actually, taken some steps to putting together a platform digitally. We're going through some tying the right people to it first, because we don't want it to be attacked and destroyed because we've got the wrong people at the helm. So I've been speaking to, like I alluded to earlier, some very prolific people in the civil rights movement that were responsible for things that happened that took place in the civil rights movement, that were responsible for high transition and entertainment that allowed artists to have equal rights and equal pay. Some very powerful people that I have been talking to and reached out to that know this from the other side. They know this story so well from the other side, and they want to help. And as long as we can keep coming together on platforms like these and showing that we are yearning for that, you have to realize there's no product that's ever created without there being a necessity for it. So up till now, there wasn't really a necessity for an organization to exist to operate in the capacity that we're speaking about. Now there is a necessity for it, because they picking our icons off one at a time. We're sitting back and watching some of the greatest go down annually. I mean, every year somebody gone, a star falling, and and that just doesn't make sense to me when stars on the other side can live 100 years, but just our stars, not only do they die, but they're embarrassed. I mean, when they die, and then we lose access to their content because it's owned by people who weren't in the studio creating that content. And then it's just, we don't have the right things to preserve our culture anymore in place. So that is something that I've been silently working with behind the scenes, and that's part of something that means a lot to me. So me coming out right now with the information and intel that I do have is because this is the type of functionality that company would have, digging into the people and digging beyond the surface. I mean, the people that are accusing these icons of doing certain things, it's always a hidden story. I mean, you don't just go to, when you think about, any business, you need three elements for it to work. I mean, you need a corporate structure, business model, you need consumers, and you need finance. So somebody's financing this whole thing and investing in this whole energy, which is why, it's becoming so damaging. There's no way you could just have two of the elements necessary, and it gets so high up into the air and grab somebody like R.Kelly down. So somebody is financing it. So because of that does exist, there are people on the other side of the aisle that say, okay, we need to have our insurance against that movement that they're financing, so it doesn't continuously affect us. So you have to have people that want to invest in that type of movement, and there are a ton of people out there now. I mean, like Russell Simmons, he's going through it right now. I mean, he would be someone that would step to the plate. Don Lennon went through it recently. The opera singer that got charged went through it too. I mean, so there are a lot of people that's going through it.
That's how you could get help. If you reach out to the superstars that are going through it, they may be able to put money in to help support this movement, because they're part of it. They are being attacked. So if you got Usher to put in, $50,000. You got Cuba Jr. to put in $50,000. Bill Cosby, and get the movement going, because we got to fight, because this is bad.
Well, I've been talking directly with Bill Cosby people, Camille Cosby, and a lot of the big families have been reaching, the Jackson family and all those people. So trust me when I tell you, there's a lot of folks that's interested in doing this thing, and it has to start somewhere. So me coming out and me being directly connected to Rob is me saying, you know what, maybe God wants me to do something that I don't understand yet, but I'm gonna just do what I feel. And what I feel right now is I need to get out here and talk on my friend's behalf.
I'm not going to hold you, but if you're the face, and I know for a fact you know him because I've spoken with you, and if this is your mission, you have to fight for our black man, because you're a black man. How do you know you're not next?
Hey, listen, I'm fighting for that one over there, my little one right there.
I know that's right. We fighting for him.
Thank you for taking my call, and I'm gonna let someone else call in now.
All right, sweetheart, you have a great weekend. We're gonna do one more. His babies are here. Like at home, I'm saying here like y'all up in here with me, but you know, he got his babies, and he's you know, I'd love for fathers to be fathers, and we don't want to try to take that away from them, especially on the weekends. And you know,
yeah, I'm praying for Don. I don't know if he remembers. I send him emails occasionally, and I have his number, so I'm praying for you all. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. We appreciate it. Everybody, let's work together. We're gonna take one more call and let Don say what ended, you know, whatever he want to say. And I appreciate everybody calling. We want one of the Me Too to call in. If she can text me her number.
You said Me Too or him?
I mean him too. I'm sorry. I was reading some of that stuff where they meant. I was reading that where they said F me too. That's what I
right.
I apologize.
The guy had to talk to anybody from their goddamn camp.
Well,
Absolutely.
No.
You put us in a ring together, and that's about it.
Hell, I'm tired. Hell, I'm like you. Okay, this is the last call. I hope it's a good one, honey. A good question. This the last call. Make sure. No, I was reading something. I appreciate you calling, sweetie. You let us know who you are, and you know what, you guys had me crying on what's his name? Block Bender's thing. And I do want to take a clip, and I did email him and ask him, could I use that clip with one, I think Miss D, when she was giving that you know, her testimony about Rob. And I want, because I'm putting putting stuff on this young lady's Facebook page, where she got this page with nothing but good testimonies of Robert's good deeds and kindness. And so I wanted to get permission to use that clip, that part where she was speaking on Robert.
Dee's in the chat. She's in your chat right now.
Okay.
So she Dee, do you have Texas?
But I want you to let Don know your channel. Y'all put y'all channel up, and you can link up with Don. These are some excellent women.
I already know Don.
Okay.
I'm acquainted with Don.
Okay. Oh yeah, you was there. Yeah, I forgot.
Don,
Yeah.
Don Russell. We were misled in the past about Don, but I know that Don is for Robert. And a lot of people don't get it. There's a lot of confusion in the air. All you have to do is just take the time out, people, and pay attention and listen. Don is for Robert, and you don't have to question that. I will validate that. He's for Robert.
I can too, because the man have tears in his eyes, and people just don't understand the passion that he got. It's hard. It's hard on you ladies. It's hard on me. So just imagine it's hard on somebody that just know him. Because it's hard for anybody to want to, you know, trust all the stuff that's been going on with Robert. But you can see the people that's passionate. But go ahead, sweet. I'm gonna let y'all have the floor here. I'm just a referee today.
I feel you. We just want to make some things happen. I see a lot of callers calling in, and they are very they expressing about movements and us making some moves. We as a people, we can't keep sitting on these social media sites and keep talking about what we want to do when you can do it. If you're serious about fighting for Rob and you want them to know that it ain't 4 or 5 people that believe that he is innocent, that there's 20, 30, 40, 50 of you that believe that he's innocent, and you demand justice, you demand them to hear you. They only ignoring us because it's a little of us. But when you come on these social platforms, it's a whole bunch of us here, always talking about what we want to do. Stop talking about what y'all want to do, and let's do the damn thing. April is coming. Let's make something happen. Let's get out to Chicago. If y'all don't want to do the Chicago thing, we can go up here to DC. and we can make something happen. You can tell our congressmen that we're tired of the BS. We want laws put into place for people who are been found to be liars. For instance, you have Lisa Van Allen, who was already found and deemed as a liar by the state of Illinois, and yet she's back in an indictment as -3. How is this? When you already deemed her to be a liar. We should have laws like they have in the UK, that when you've been found as a liar and you accuse people and ruin their lives, that you should be incarcerated for those lies. We need to be doing something other than sitting here asking everybody that comes on these YouTube streets what it is that we need to do. We are powerful people. We only weak because we allow too much distraction, a lot of he, and not enough moves. When we gonna come together and handle this and really go out here and fight for Robert?
Action.
That's all I want to know.
Action. Yeah. And I'm gonna drop my email if you can email me, because I've been trying to get your information, because I'm ready for my plane ticket, my hotels and everything, because I am action. I'm all about action. And I'm trying to work with people. I've been trying to work behind the scenes, and that's the problem. That's what I've been saying. It's just no response to people. So I'm like, who the hell do I go to? I'm trying to reach out here. I am. I'm available, and I want to do my part. And that's what I'm saying, action, because we are sitting here, we're trying to get this information out to the potential jurors, but we need to do more and show, and when we get in front of these people and show that we mean business other than the cybering, and just show them physically that we mean business, then that we'll see some things.
Right. I think a good start right now, and listen, Wilson, we have spoken on, we've got to know each other. I think when you were in Chicago at the gym that day.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I know. Right. Okay, yeah. So anyway, I've always said that locally people can come pull together, because what we want to do is make the mission obtainable. You don't want to make it so much that when you talk about flying in DC and stuff like that, people all over the world that love Rob. And what I think city by city, that's why the platform is necessary that we spoke about earlier. We have to design a platform where people can go on and express their emotions, their feelings, their love for Rob, and the platform not get interrupted. The issue right now is these other entities have so much financial backing that they can hire hackers and everybody to hack these platforms. And they got their trolls and all that stuff out there that they can eavesdrop and all that kind of stuff, and it shuts them down, and they don't get any traction. So initially, we are developing a such platform right now that will be that's the encryption levels on it is higher than. Hold on, I need y'all to shut that down for 1 second while I'm talking. Sorry, being a father. But anyway, we need to. Really?
They ready to have fun with their father. We holding them up. We sorry, babies. We couldn't get off of here. We getting off, baby.
But as I stated, we have to look at pulling our resources together and putting out a platform, because it's somebody right now in Iowa that loves R.Kelly, but they ain't got no money. They stuck at a dead end job and they want to do something. But where's the platform that exists? We can't, like you said. We get very limited support from the majors. That's why I don't go to them much. I mean, if I'm going on saying something that happened to Rob and what happened, somebody stole, they don't want to hear none of that shit. But when they call me and talk about, did this happen with Azriel, any of the drama, they want to hear all of that. But they don't want to hear nothing about the folks that stole from them. Regardless of how much evidence I have, they don't want to see none of that. They have an agenda, and that agenda, is supported widely. Right. So a platform, I do agree. And I have, some thoughts on how we do that successfully, because we have to think about, one, the biggest part of what is happening to all of our icons, not just one. So it has to be one that speaks universally to parents of people that have already fallen, to loved ones, to family members, and people that have already fallen, and ones that are concerned that they could be next. So it's like more of a, for all Americans, not just one American. And once you make it a mission for all Americans, the platform can choose who they want to focus on and dissect their case and open up live forums for people that come from all of the social platforms to engage on one platform to tell their stories that support the agenda of that platform. The other side has it, we just don't have it. So trust me when I tell you that's already in the works. I just had to I'm doing it quietly. It's certain things I can't do, openly, because why? Do you think I'm getting death threats now? Wait till we get Me Too's attention. Wait till those guys here we coming. You know what I'm saying? This is just a warm-up course and an obstacle course for what comes next once we really start knocking on market share, because that's really what it is. They control the market on public opinion right now. We have to push back and put out platforms that allow us to sway the market back and balance it like a scale. And we don't have any of those right now, which is why it seems, but it's so redundant now. It's like beating a dead horse. They have nothing new to say. It's not predictive. It's just suggestive. All of the things that they're saying suggest certain things, but nothing is new. I mean, about Rob, that is, I'm talking about. So, and that's going to continue to happen until we can put out a platform that unifies the energies and the efforts and brings it to one place. And so what if they're not listening? Because we got our own contingent of followers that's in the millions around the world that support our mission, and they fund our mission, and they put us in a position where we can do just as much damage or just as much good as you guys do. So that's when we can accomplish that. But we're working on that right now. Trust and believe that platform is being built as we speak. And eventually it's going to come out, because once I thought about this in clear view, I'm like, I cannot put out a platform that specifically helps people debunk the issues with R.Kelly because it's too much money. We need to look at this whole arena. It's an injustice for men. It's an injustice for, anybody of power who worked their hardest in their lives to get up there. And then somebody from a dorm room, because they was an underachiever in life, just made it to a concert, got backstage, can now tamper with that person's whole career. That's an injustice. That injustice that we have to create a solution for. And laws are not going to be written to do it, because the same lobbyists that create these laws, they benefit from the platforms that exist right now through advertising, through data sales, all this stuff we're doing right now. Somebody's selling it to somebody else that don't even care what we're talking about, period. Somebody's buying our information because we own this site, and they making money. And pretty soon you're going to get an advertisement on YouTube, Google, or something saying, do you like to buy this? Or would you download this streaming app? Because we just got on this one engaged together. So listen, I understand how this business works. And we're going to work together, in the future to create things that deter people from thinking about, because there are now consequences in place that you're going to have to deal with if you go out and say that something like this happens again, like to, the next whoever. I'm not going to throw a name out because I want to put that on them. But I mean, in the future, this will happen again unless we create something, to prevent it and to deter people that may have this malicious heart where they want to go and bring somebody down because of what they didn't do with their life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Well, you have my number. If you can text me, and we all can work together in silence, and then we can get information out there so we can get it going. If everybody, if we see how Me Too in the rest of these movements, how they move in silence, you see how fast they got it done, and we didn't even know, like with Trump. And all these ladies started marching all of a sudden. I'm like, damn, they in hers. And I'm like, I didn't hear anything about it because they did it a little bit in silence to keep from having distractions, because we do have that, and we go through a lot. And we're praying for Robert. We're praying for Popcorn. They call him Belief. We praying for Miss Lily. We praying for everybody that's fighting in this movement, because it's more than just Robert, but they're trying to use him as the poster child, the poster boy, and we're not going to allow that. And a lot of people jump down my throat and have to mention my daughters, but I have sons, and I have gone through that shit before.
If you don't have him, who's going to protect your daughter?
Yeah, and just thank you. And I have boys as well, and I have gone through that, and I'm fighting for my males as well. It's not only just the females, because without the man, we don't exist.
Okay.
I'm
glad you get it, Miss Texas.
Yes.
Because most folks don't get that.
That man created, without him, how we gonna make more babies?
I have no problem saying that.
God meant us all to inhabit the earth.
Yes, we're not gonna do it by ourselves. They're trying to make us extinct. Do they understand that? They trying to make us be like men's and women's like women's and AIDS and all that. I'm not racial towards, you know, whatever people do, but at the same time, we have to remember and look and see what they're trying to do. Vote and know who you voting for too. It's not all about Democrats. Go to your town hall meetings and express your opinions and your concerns to y'all people, because we are taxpayers. We pay these people to fight for us, and they're not doing it.
Because we don't care.
You get off your butts and do your research. Do your research and know who you putting in that unit, that White House unit. I call it the House of America. But we sit here and we fuss with each other. We don't want to work together and come together for a greater cause.
Some don't want to work with each other. It's because some are easily distracted.
Yeah.
And they too busy being distracted and not seeing the bigger picture. At the end of the day, what I couldn't understand, that everybody had so much prayers that they want to give out to Miss Lily, but they were still acting like animals. And I'm like, what kind of shit is y'all on? You can't say let's all come together and pray for her, and then you go right there acting like demons all over again. I don't get it. It makes no sense. So I don't follow people like that, and I'm not going to entertain you. Because your actions are not coinciding with your words. So either you about it or you're not.
I'm all about action. So when y'all ready, let me know, and I'll text
you my information.
Because I keep a luggage packed, and it's right here at on the first floor, and I'm ready to roll whenever. And I'm all about action, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you and what you and your group is doing. Y'all doing an excellent job. I want you guys to put your information up here so I can post it on the screen, so everybody that's on here watching can go on there. If you have not already subscribed to them, please do so. Support these young, beautiful women of color, because they are trying, especially you men, because they are rocking hard for the men of color. So you guys need to support us to keep us strong, so we can keep fighting for you all. So I appreciate
really quickly. There's a lot of, I guess, somebody in the chat that keeps defending the motions or whatever, and I just want to address that.
Go ahead.
One, Greenberg took on this case when it was a parking ticket. It has escalated to a triple homicide, murder, and all this other shit. And this isn't hypothetical. And he should not be represented. He has not filed the right motions in this case. He's not properly representing R.Kelly in this case, period. So, I mean, for you to say that he's filed multiple motions, well, then go get the motions and show them to us. There are no motions that are striking any of the stuff that's in there, any of the allegations or the amended that's in the complaint. There's nothing striking any of those things. So, what he could have got 5 or 6 of the what do they call them? When you write a complaint, you write a I forgot what they're called. But anyway, the accusations. He could have struck a lot of those things. He hasn't written those. And they're accusing him of sleeping with minors. They're accusing him of locking him in a room. We've seen all of the news prompters in the city of Chicago went to his studio. They went to his house. They went all these places. They didn't find no dungeons, no chains, no whips, no dog, no pissing cans, and none of that shit. All these things are allegations from people that have put these charges, levied these charges against him. Why hasn't he struck in any of those? Where are the motions to strike any of those, to knock this down to at least one or two issues that he can litigate? Where are they? He hasn't filed them because that's there and it still exists. The original complaint is the exact same as it was when they filed it. Nothing's been stricken from it. So you can't tell me. And then the crazy thing is, half the witnesses, the women that filed these, are the same ones from the first complaint. So just go dig up the discovery from the first one and use the same research that was in that one, because he had money to get researchers in. That's where he borrowed the money from Sony. Use that research to get rid of the same chicks, because it's the same ones. There's nothing new happened with these women. They're coming back again. And he said that out of his own mouth. These are allegations from women that already accused him of it. So go find out how he got rid of them the first time, the good lawyers he had, and use those tactics again. Real simple.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything's been a joke with Greenberg. You watched him sit here, and I gave him a pass the first time, and I watched him go back and forth with Anzanati on Twitter, and I'm like,
about Maseratis and stuff. Exactly. What kind
of circus is this? It's been a circus all through this. I've only seen the New York put up a fight in New York, but Greenberg hasn't given any fight. He came in there with the same fight that he gave Harry Flood at State whenever Rob got booked in, got paid. It didn't work. That judge was looking for a fight. He would have gave Rob bond before all this other stuff came up. I don't believe that Greenberg is for Robert. I don't care what anybody has to say. Everybody has sat back quietly and let him do his job. But as you sit back, it's a year now. Robert is sitting in jail. Things that you can point out and see that there should be no reason why this man's sitting in jail. You say obstruction of justice. What I couldn't understand is this argument was given in his trial in 2008. He told the judge to have Lisa Van Allen and Yul Brown arrested for trying to extort him because they were doing obstruction of justice. But all of a sudden, all of that is switched on him, and this is the case that they're using. But this is already known in documents in Illinois that these people were obstructing justice, trying to rob him. Told them that they would go and recant their stories if you gave them money. We won't go and write a book if you give us money. But Robert is sitting in jail, and Greenberg ain't argued that. And he ain't got no argument to give because he don't give a damn. He's not for Robert.
I agree.
I was watching it too. I was fighting for him. You know, I was at neck and neck with Don Russell about his attorneys, but now I get it. Because when they said that they had a pile of discovery still waiting, they didn't say just come in. They said still waiting for them to pick up. Why the hell you don't have the discovery? And why you're not fighting to get those two alleged accusers known for your client? Because by law, he has every right to know his accusers, to confront his accusers, to question his accusers and things like that. So why you're not arguing about these accusers? Why you still got the discovery that they said they didn't say it just came in. They said that it's been sitting there waiting on their pals. And he's sitting up there talking about tax season. We ain't got time for that.
Let's check this out here.
They said something about, they're saying that is there a strategy up his sleeve? Listen, in every case that preceded this case with Bill Cosby, with Michael Jackson, all their cases on public, you could turn on the CNN or any of those cases and hear some lawyers talking about both sides, the good side and the bad side. Where's that at in this case? Where's that at in this case? When Michael Jackson and all those fellas went on trial, you had them on CNN, the Don Lennon and all those guys talking about both sides of this case. Something up his sleeve. Yeah, he does have something up his sleeve. He absolutely does. But it ain't for Rob. He want to make sure Rob is send up the river. That's what he got up his sleeve because he's not doing the right. Listen, it don't take a rocket science to know if he's not picking up discovery, if he's not filing motions to get the lesser cases reduced and kicked out of court, or he ain't even found one thing that we all know he should have, a motion to consolidate. Why are we fighting in 5 different jurisdictions when he can consolidate all these cases into one jurisdiction, the federal jurisdiction? Why ain't we done that? Why isn't there a motion to consolidate the cases that has ever been put in place to get all these in one jurisdiction? He's spreading out the man's resources. He's wearing him the fuck out. That's what he's doing. Come on now, let's not be stupid, y'all. Do some research.
What about the DVD? That was a reason to have that thrown out because that was tampering with evidence. When you claim
absolutely, why is it that this DVD in everybody's hands, ever 90s, they used it in the last one, that's why they got it thrown out. Why everybody got copies of this motherfucker? It's in their best 5 on Netflix or whatever. Why is it that it ain't thrown out yet? This stuff should be non-admissible. It's been all over the world and back. And with technology today, hell, I could put both y'all in the video.
Right.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
All of this stuff. It done been from hand in hand. And he had it 10 months prior, he claimed, before he even took it to proper authority. Make that make sense. And nobody filed no motion to have this shit together.
The bottom line is you don't want the jury. You want to get certain things removed so that the jury never sees them, because once it's on their mind, it's on their mind. They can't unsee something that they saw. So you want to get certain things stricken and removed, so when the jury is coming together and you put this evidence in front of them, that stuff ain't even there no more, because we got that shit thrown out for various reasons. So we're going to go choose a jury. There's been nothing removed because he ain't even picked up the discovery. So if he ain't started going through, we got a month and a half. Greenberg got a nice practice, but it ain't that goddamn nice where they can sit down, go through something in a month to create a strategy to get the king of R&B eradicated, and they got 3 other fucking cases to try to. It ain't just one case, it's 3 now. So if he had consolidated the cases, then he was in one jurisdiction, maybe possible. But he's fighting 3 different jurisdictions. How is that even possible? That he's going to come up with a strategy for each and every last one of them. Makes no sense. Come on now.
May is not. April is coming really fast, and
well, check this out. Angelo Cleary then sat there on lives on Instagram and told everybody Greenberg needs to be fired. Even he's telling you that. But everybody is fighting amongst each other, and they be missing the shit that's being thrown out there. And then you come back with all these questions you want to ask when the answer's been sitting there before your faces because you're not listening. I beg that everyone stop paying attention to the BS and start listening, because there are things that I'm not got to get answers to when it's sitting right there in your face. It is sitting there, y'all. I promise y'all. All of the questions y'all have is sitting right before your faces. You might want to go back over some of these bloggers' videos. Try that. And the answers are sitting right in front of your faces. All you need is common sense. And once you know the story behind all this stuff, it's all going to make sense. And that's what I have to say. This is why I don't feel like I have to give interviews, because I'm not a celebrity, and that ain't what I'm here for. So I'm not going to do that, because it's sitting right there. And if everybody is telling me that we're all in the same fight, then I'm going to need that same energy given. Because if I'm taking all my time to find out what's going on, you need to take out the same time, pick up something, read it, go over it over and over again, and it's going to make sense.
Right.
You're going to know who's doing what. You're going to know who that Ruth is that's walking around here in sheep clothing too.
All they have to do right now is get a moderator. Request the judge, listen, judge, this is messy, it's all over the place. Can you appoint a court moderator to bring all the evidence in so we can go over the things in private that we feel we want brought in front of you, judge? And these judges going to do that because they don't want all this messy shit in their court. So all they have to do is get a moderator to come in, put all the evidence, the discovery out on board with stuff that makes sense. We're going to use stuff that's new, that's old. We're going to trash it. Why are he finna fight all this shit in court? And if he has a moderator in place and he's in Illinois, it would be listed already. We would know, the public would know, because guess why? TMZ found out every damn thing. They found before it happened. So if there was a moderator sitting down, presiding over this case, going over the facts, getting rid of the dismissing the stuff that has no precedence. I mean, that's, we don't need to talk about this in court. Let's get all that dismissed, suppressed is what they call it. Where is that? Why is that not happening? I mean, was it the holidays? He had to take 2 months off for the holiday, which is why he ain't got to Rob's case yet. That's unacceptable. So for all of those who feel that you've obviously never been through a court process fighting for your life in a dog fight. Trust me, when you behind them bars, everybody turn into a lawyer. Trust me on that. So Rob has this gunslinging attorney, white man in a suit, telling him to trust him. I got this, Rob. It's under control. And we all know how that shit is. Come on, folks. Let's not be stupid. When Whitey say some shit dressed the right way in a robe, we'll jump off the fucking edge of the earth for him. That's just how they got us. They got us trained to listen to them. Whenever they say something, we got to go jump and ask how we should fucking jump. When the music's playing, can we dance now, sir? That's just how it is. So Greenberg is no different. He uses his moxie to make it feel as if Rob should listen to him because he's got his best interest at heart. Rob doesn't have any money, very little money, that is. What little money he had, he was using at the house, keeping an apartment because he knows he hasn't done anything, so he feels he's getting out. So that makes sense to keep your place to stay. I would have did it that way, but that's what he chose to do. It's his money. He can do what he want to do with that. And that was his love for those girls that he's now have been betrayed by one of them, hopefully not the other one. But Greenberg is throwing his weight around. He's not doing anything. Listen, if the man was for Rob, I wouldn't be saying shit. I want him free too. If that man was out there doing things that can get that man his case thrown out or getting something, if he was making moves that made sense of a lawyer that has a high-profile client like this, I wouldn't be saying nothing. I'd be saying, go Greenberg. And I'll be on this thing, y'all, we need to get behind Greenberg, send him everything we got. Let's smoke his ass out. Either he for him or he against him. He needs to come out and do something that shows that he's for him. File some motion to dismiss some of these low cases. Move, fast track some of them up so we can get some momentum. But you can beat Drahonda Pace with your eyes closed. You can beat Faith Rogers with your eyes closed. We got the case thrown out and didn't even go to court. Why can't he beat that case already? Come on, it's the same case, it's just back. This Walker chick, you can beat that with your. Here's a lawsuit where she tried to sue him for extort him for $50,000. You can't beat that case with your eyes closed. Why are you letting that go and play out in the public domain? It doesn't make sense to me. Get rid of those cases. And by him not doing any of that says a lot about who he is or who he's working for. He's not working for R.Kelly. I'm sorry. He's working for the prosecution, if you ask me.
That's what it sounds like to me. Well, that's what I seen. I actually seen him and Gloria go out to have lunch when we were in New York. And they were happy-go-lucky, and I was just like, what is this that I'm witnessing? And at the same time, I saw Azrael smiling to me in the ear and had her head up high like Marilyn Monroe when they denied his bail. She came out cheesing like the fucking superstar.
Just make you think and I know, I feel like it's a setup, and I'm just gonna say I know it's a setup with the phone, the personal phone in the jail, and then that letter that wasn't put in the correct way to be looked through, so Robert can be set up. So they added 2 more charges on him. So I feel like it's something going on in the inside that's bigger than what we see here for them to work this hard to try to keep Robert locked down. And so and I keep telling people it's bigger than the little fish. Who's gonna lose? Got a lot to lose here. Who got almost $500 million to lose? Okay, right. It's bigger than the little fish. They just using the little fish to keep him down, and they so
they say you put a chicken on a hook and put it out there in water, and the fish will come through it. Well, look, they say black folks love chicken. They out there. They taking bait and they coming.
Yep, they taking the bait. They using our people too, like fools. But I'm gonna let you two end this, and I want to say, from my understanding, is going to the okay. Yeah, go ahead. You can answer through that too. But I appreciate everybody working hard here. It's not easy, you guys, and a lot of people that's just sitting and giving their opinions and cussing us out. They don't understand how hard this is. It's really hard. But these people they keep pressing because they looking at a bigger picture here. Okay. Just like he's working with, he needs to be with his kids. He's trying to help us with his friend. So I appreciate everybody keeping it calm in here, keeping respectful. You know, we did have a few crazy, comments on there, and I just lost it a little bit, but it's just hard to do this, and we doing this for all of us, not just Robert, but for all of us, and we got to use our common sense also. And if you don't believe, y'all get on here and y'all listen, and then y'all run with what is said. from the bloggers, but y'all don't go in and y'all don't do y'all back check and fact checks, and stuff is right there for you to get the information and read it for yourselves also. But also we need to go ahead and get this going in the positive way, because April is next door. I'm gonna just say that. And I don't want we have to pass. Yeah. So y'all go ahead and everybody, you guys go ahead and subscribe to the young ladies on here. You guys type in and put him too next to your name so they can push your icon and subscribe to you ladies. And we appreciate you, Don. We appreciate all his supporters. We appreciate me too. Working. I mean him too. I'm sorry. Him too. Him too. Him too, you guys. Him too. We appreciate everybody that's working to fight for the right of justice and fairness and equality for our men's and for our women's as well. So we have her. Y'all see him too. Have and put your push on the icon, and you guys can subscribe to them. Please do support them. Support them. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Don. I appreciate you so much. You go and have fun with your babies. We apologize. I'm gonna have to take y'all out somewhere, you and them babies. So we done took out half the time with Don, but we appreciate it, and we appreciate all you do. We already know they're gonna go at you, and it's gonna be hard. It's hard for everybody that's trying to represent Robert. You see what they doing to Robert, so you know they're gonna do it to us. So I appreciate everybody staying strong and working together. I appreciate it. So
thank you,
everybody. Thank you. All right, thank you so much, sweetie. I appreciate it. I'm gonna click on. Okay, I'm clicking on their names, so everybody can click on their icon. Y'all have my number. I'm gonna put my number on this banner. You guys lock this number in, and I'm ready. Y'all just let me know. I'm ready. I'm telling you, I am ready. I've been ready. I like it. I appreciate you guys.
So we are get in touch with those who we feel that can promote and do what we need to get done, so we can get some stuff started for Robert.
Yeah, So I appreciate it.
Everything goes accordingly.
It will, and thank you, ladies, for being so strong. I appreciate it. I love seeing that. And you ladies are working together, and y'all just doing whatever y'all can do. So we appreciate that too. So whatever I can do to help, this y'all can inbox me. Y'all can inbox me. Okay. Thank you. Love you too, Big Mama Green. I'm gonna play my heaven. I need a hug, honey, because I need a hug right now, baby. We need. Yes, Lord. Good night, sweetie. Thank you so much. How was the live okay, everybody? Did y'all get anything going? Who's calling? Don is out of here, honey. You're live with Texas Black Diamond. Don just left the building. Don left the building, sweetheart. He got to go spend time with his babies. But go ahead, if whatever you got to say, sweetheart.
I think R.Kelly should be free, man. R.Kelly should be free. Let that man start making movies again.
Oh, okay.
Like, he need to start making Cat in the Closet movie again.
Oh, you just called me, sweetie. You just called 3 times, and sweetie, we gonna have to end this because we've been trying to do limit the calls and stuff. And I appreciate you calling, and I appreciate you, with your questions and things.
And I think
thank you, thank you, sweetie.
Yeah, a liar. They
thank you.
On that. They lie on R.Kelly.
I know, sweetie. You call. This is your 3rd call. I don't want to be rude, but I want to keep the lines open. And I appreciate you calling. So you have a blessed weekend, okay, sweetheart? I hate hanging up on people. Look, I don't want to be mean. I don't like being mean to people. Oh Lord, that is not funny, you guys. I mean, I don't know, sweetheart. I love you too, sweetie. I'm working on y'all shirts. I really appreciate y'all stepping in and things like that. See, and I'm all about sharing this channel. It's all about what we're fighting for, and I just wanted everybody to have their opportunity to, ask the question, and I appreciate Don, taking the time out of his busy schedule. We done took 4 hours of this man's time that he should have been with his babies, and I like to see when the men try to be home and be there for their babies. So I hats off to him for that, hats off. I tell you, good Lord. Oh, that's a lot. But Marissa, thank you for calling in with your questions, honey, and everybody else. Let me play my Heaven I Need a Hug. What my Heaven? I lost it already, y'all. And y'all see, I did good. I snapped a little bit because I peep games sometimes, and I don't like that negativity and stuff, and I don't like nobody sending people over to try to be all messy and things like that, and I just don't like that. I welcome everybody. I welcome everybody. Grown men just keep calling. Why? Look, let me tell you something. 24. You ready to start? Look at that. He's ready to start. Y'all know y'all be clowning. See, I did good. I made some of the people mad, some of my moderators mad, but it is what it is. This is my channel. Take that shit over there to the mess. I don't have time for that drama. And I had my belt, but I know people got offended, but that's fine too. They don't have to come back over here. I just don't have time for that. I already know the deal. I already know what was up. We knew that we was gonna have people to come over here to try to bash somebody, but not today. The devil's a dang on lie. Let me turn up my Heaven I Need a Hug. Because I need a Saturday hug. Y'all enjoying your weekends? I feel you. I know what be going on. I just ignore it so I won't snap like I did. That's why I ignore a lot of stuff. But today I just couldn't help it. Because we trying to work on something positive. And if you down for Robert, you're not gonna sit over here and send people to come over here and bash me. So y'all have a great weekend. We had a lot of people come up in here to be nosy, but they didn't even respect enough to push the like button. Appreciate you though. Thank you for stopping by to watch. Unique thought. No, I mean I wasn't trying. I snapped and I apologize. Because I'm in my thoughts here, and I'm just sitting while they talking and everybody, and I'm trying to listen to everybody, and I'm trying to listen to how they feeling. I'm trying to listen to Dawn. I'm trying to concentrate, trying to see what I need to be working on and things like that. And then you come in with that shade. Don't throw no shade. Whenever I go to anybody's platform, I respect them, and I try to do right. But I apologize if they got offended, and I mean it is what it is. But don't come over here throwing those shade. Shit, I don't care if I got 20 on here. If I have 20 people watching, that's what it's all about. It grows. I just decided to get in the social media so we can get information out to potential jurors. And we're gonna keep the peace in here. I'm sorry, I'm not one of them messy ass people, and we're gonna keep the damn peace. If y'all down for messiness, goddamn it, go to the mess. Yeah, I got my damn belt January. Shit, hell, go in time out, leave if you're mad and you don't like what's been talked about. I appreciate y'all too, sweetheart, and I just don't have time for it. Shit, this shit already stressful. Shit. This is stressful. And the reason why I feel the way I feel about Don, because I don't fool with messy people. Do you know how hard this man been working? And then they getting on here talking about why you ain't trying to get up, why you getting on these little platforms and shit, trying to be fucking smart and shit, trying to throw fucking shade. Because see, this is what he can do. This is how he's able to do it. Yeah, he been quiet. He been quiet. You know, I'm not against nobody. So don't come over here trying to pour salt on me. No, I'm just saying I'm apologizing to the viewers because I wanted this to be clean. All I was gonna do is sit here. I even got my love cup, and I was just sitting here, just listening to everybody. I said I'm gonna be, yeah, you just been watching, and thank you for not being messy, because I've been watching you too, Dumb K. I've been watching you. And I appreciate you respecting the channel. You know, I mean, just take the mess to the other houses and stuff, but I don't have time for all that. I don't have time for that. I love everybody, but I have a point to make. You did what you're supposed to do. I mean, oh Lord, I'm like, just get the demonic spirits out of me. I'll just sit up here. Why are you? Or some of your comments being deleted? They are not disrespectful. See, that's what I'm saying here. Somebody emailed me, and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna go through and look at it. I'm gonna go in and unblock you guys. Live with Texas Black Diamond.
You still on the same foot, aren't you?
Excuse me? Texas Black Diamond?
Hey, I just was calling you on my TV.
Okay, something wrong with your phone or something.
I said I'll just call it make you smile because you look like my sister that hello?
I'm here. I mean, you're going in and out, but I'm trying to hear what you're saying.
Oh, okay. I said I was just messing with you. I was looking at you on my TV because you look like my sister that we lost to cancer in 2017.
Oh wow.
And I just want not about but I'm good. We're good.
Okay.
I just want to say to you that you can start all over again in February and not cuss since you had to cuss today.
Well, I could. Oh God, that's what I'm saying. I try my best.
I'm one that just sit off in the bushes, but I'm just saying to you, starting 2017. You see how I just got that smile out of you. Start all over again in February.
I know. Okay. I'm gonna have to throw it away. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start over February, so I got a little. How many weeks I got to cuss? I'm gonna start over in February.
Next week, and I need you to start all over again. But I do. I'm messing up. I watch your channel, but I stay in the channel. In the bush. I almost called today. I said, but I'm gonna sit back.
Why you didn't call? It was for you guys, for you ladies and gentlemen to call.
No. Texas, look, I'm 52. And when he said that comment about he had been in prison, because I have been in prison and I have served time, I just try to not make comments on anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just look at certain people and I just, at 52, you just kind of sit back. Yeah. So I sit back and watch y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I need to smile.
Okay, I appreciate you guys. I just
start in February.
Okay.
You did do some cussing.
I did. What did I say? I tried my
Well, you start with Hollywood Next came on there. You have phone, you start going on. So I thought, okay, there she goes. Okay, but I need you to know it's okay.
Yeah, because it was getting a little dirty off in here, and I peep game. These people think they think I was born yesterday. My Similac behind my ears been dried up, and the breast milk in my breast has been dried up a long time ago. And I am not stupid at all. I peep all the game. That's why I had on my glasses, because I was looking, and I'm like, I don't know who they think I am. I'm a quiet person. I try to keep the peace, but you're not gonna come on here with that today, because I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. And I was gonna speak today because I don't have time for these little sly remarks, because it doesn't matter if it's 4 people. It could be 4 people that watch this live. They can share it with somebody else, and that somebody else can share it with somebody else. If it gives you some kind of information that can help, just spread it.
Yes, and one thing about it, me being in prison, going through trial, one thing about all this, you guys, you have to realize, one thing is true. Chaos is driving this bus. And until everybody can feel the way they want to feel about Greensburg, but Chaos got to put the pumps on this. And then being the person that he is, as everybody states, the privacy of years. I just met him at concerts and stuff, me and my girlfriends here in Alabama. But maybe because this is so much in the public eye, maybe the attorneys don't move the way we feel that they need to move. So I had like 20 accounts when I went to jail, and believe it or not, girl, off of really 2 cases. But when my attorneys got down in there, and it was about 3 or 4 of them, by the time we came to the table, it was only 4, because you go to what you want to fight for. He's not going to be all those indictments he has. They're going to come down. They're going to come down. That's just the way I thought you said. I watch you because you say you work with a lot of clients. I saw you driving backwards and forth. So I kind of look at you because I said, well, since she's been in this system, my son worked for the feds and things. She kind of know a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So you know that all of those charges are not going to be down at the end. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are going to go down. And this thing is so much in the public. I don't feel it's attorneys need to say a lot as they know they're on TV, as they know everybody watching.
No, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's just the little things that Greenberg say, and when you represent somebody with because they already using him as a poster board, trying to use him, and this is a high profile case. Forget Michael Avenatti. He's over there. You just hope and pray that they do something to say that they trying to prove that this man is corrupt and he do dirty things. Okay,
he's not gonna be an obstacle in that.
So that stuff that his hands been on, throw it away. So that's what I was saying. With that, I just need him to go and get that discovery, because if the discovery is not sitting on your desk with your team, and you're not going over and seeing what did they discover, who said what, where this happened, when, so we can get this information. How are you going to be able to go up there and represent your client and fight for your client if you don't have this discovery set down? You don't have it in place, because you don't know how to go at these people when they come to you, because you didn't study that discovery, and that's your fault.
But I think everything is gonna work itself.
It will.
Like I said, I have so much trust in Chaos. I just feel it in my spirit, and being in that predicament in prison. And I did serve over 6 months. That's why I was ready to answer Don when he said that. I said, I'm gonna keep sitting in the bushes. But I have trust, I have faith in God and in Chaos. And as this progress and move along, we just got to move and respect what Chaos is doing. Whether we feel like something ain't right or it's wrong, we got to move along with him.
Well, I'm here to just put out the point out the lies, dissect the lies from the truth, and let the attorneys in the court and the potential jurors and the judge handle that. But I'm gonna fight and do the best that I can.
Well, I'll be in Chicago in February and April. I'll be there, and like I was. I'll be there too. But I'm saying we just we got to just trust in him because what else can we do?
Yeah, it's hard. I know it's hard on him. I know it's hard on all the people that's trying to represent Robert. I know it's hard on the supporters, the bloggers for Rob, because I had a female to come to me, and you on my Facebook page, I used to work with you, and you got my number, sister, and you had the nerve to come on my platform, on my page, and say, oh my God, I just happened to run up on this, and I cannot believe you got daughters and you are fighting for this man. Baby, I did it as a woman, a grown woman, and I called her ass because I had her number. And I told her what I had to tell her. And nobody's gonna change my mind. I don't give a damn. Nobody's gonna change my mind. I know what I'm fighting for, and I know why I'm fighting. And nobody's gonna change my mind. I don't care. And I am
20-year-old boy, so I'm fighting all the time, just injustice, period.
Let me look at this email. Let me go to. Go ahead, sweetie.
But I just need to call and make you smile because you look like my sister. So let me tell her to come in February and keep moving.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna promise February. I will, because I'm April. I'll be there with God's will.
But that was just an all-star thing, I think, in February.
You know what? You ain't gonna find no hotels now. You ain't gonna find no hotels. So I'm not trying to. I'm not. See, and I'm trying to get there in April, because I got my nephew, my niece, my brother. He just had a baby, and she needs another heart. So we're gonna go up there and be with them and stuff like that. And so I need to, go and try to get some hotels and just pray that they don't have no bed bugs and stuff. I ain't got time for that shit. Because I'll be sitting out there, I'm telling you, I'll be sitting there leaning on that trash can at that courthouse, because I'm not going to sleep in no nasty bed. But I got some sweet young ladies on here that's been trying to send me information for, hotels and stuff. But yeah, do a lot of things in silence. You see, we had a lot of people in the bushes.
But at 52, you kind of learn, and like I said, watch a lot of bloggers. You kind of just learn that, hey, look at this stuff and keep it moving.
Well, I just need them to know I am a Taurus now. We love hard.
I'm Aries. Hey, I was April 2nd, so I'm an Aries, so I'm more of a bull than you.
Yeah, so we love hard.
I didn't need to call in. I don't need to never call in and talk to people. Thank you, Texas, but I just need you to smile.
I appreciate that, because I'm a smile anyway. I'm a cuss you out, and then I'm be like my mama. She used to beat the hell out of them men, and she used to beat the hell out of women. They call her Big Moot. And she'll beat your ass, and then next thing you know, she'll walk up to you, give you a hug, a kiss, and tell you she love y'all. She done beat your ass.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Let me see. I'll try to. Okay, D-Shay, I'm gonna unblock you. They done blocked everybody. So if it was a comment about somebody that they was rocking with, did they deleted people? That's what I need to know. You're live with Texas Black Diamond.
Hello? Can you
hear me? Yes, just turn down your background.
Okay. I just wanted to say that all right. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I just wanted to say that I think the reason why everything was going the way it was today is because I think everybody knows that his trial is coming up. Nothing's looking like it's prepared. So maybe that's why everybody was going off their emotions and their feelings, and they want to be heard, and they're throwing out all these ideas, hoping that somebody somewhere will hear it, the right person will hear it. And I think that's why everybody was just like so upset and intense today.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't the intense. Everybody had great questions and and things like that. It was just certain things that was said that I was looking at and paying attention to, and I knew it was shade. But I let that go. I let that rest. I buried that and move on because it's greater things and important things for me to put my energy on than to be putting my energy on foolery. So I'm gonna try to find these people that was blocked because they've been emailing me.
Yeah.
How y'all can these moderators? How y'all block these people?
I just want everybody to. It would be nice if everybody just came together.
Thank you, Neighbor One. I'm listening. I'm just saying to my moderator. Thank you for helping out in the house. You have a blessed night. I appreciate it. We're gonna all get ready to get off this. I'm gonna let the young lady finish her call, and then we're gonna get off here. Because I think somebody else going live too. So I don't want to disrespect anyone else too.
Right. Mm-hmm. This is if we all could just come together and I know a lot of people don't believe in the march and everything, but I think the more faces that go around his court time and just like when they come to protest him, mm-hmm. we should be there to be against that. Mm-hmm. He should have more people there. If a little noise is better than no noise. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell you when you're present and you're physically there and they hear your voice and they know you mean business. Right, we're behind the screen, but I have been okay. Block is live now. We're gonna get ready to go over there and support Block.
Thank you. You have a great night.
Yeah, no, I would just no. You go ahead. I was replying to someone on here, but I do want to. I always try to work with everybody, so and try to finish my thing up so they can go on to theirs. Their channel and support them as well. And we're gonna come together. We need to. I see a lot of people in April, even that weekend, and have signs and stuff. Even though people are not working, but people actually traveling that weekend, and we have signs for that whole weekend to show that yes, Robert supporters are here. We are here. Because the mainstream media is going to be there that day, and that will help us. They will show okay, Robert got supporters out here, and we go out there on the weekend and we show our love to Robert, and they see that he got some people that's beside him. But like I said, I think it's gonna work out. I'm gonna just keep pushing. I'm gonna just keep praying, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And we're gonna have to buckle down.
Just let everybody know, just to make sure that when you guys are ready to put it out there, so that we know what we have to do to be out there as well.
Oh, honey, we're gonna be emailing y'all and the people that y'all feel like y'all can trust and everything. We already know there's gonna be other people that's gonna try to mess with us. I just pray that we all, Miss Renee. How the hell Rico act consent? And thank y'all for stopping by. I know you guys to go over there with Block it, honey. We gotta support Block, but text me your information, sweetheart, and we're gonna try to get all this stuff organized. I want to work with him too, because I like how they roll. They do things in silent, and it just you have one outspoken one, you have one calm one, you have one that's gonna keep the peace and keep them together. One, this type of stuff you need, and nobody's not worried about trying to be the leader or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like. Cause you see me, I got these screens. I ain't even worried about my face being showed. I'm putting everybody text in front of my eyeballs, cause it's all about us. It's us. It's a we thing. There's not a me thing. It's a we thing. We got to do it. I'm ready, hell. I'm ready, baby. I'm gonna bring my damn muscle relaxers and some muscle rub and shit, and I'm gonna be walking them streets of Chicago, baby, that whole weekend, baby. I just need that attorney to know what damn date, because we're going from April the 20th to April the 27th. Is it on my birthday? What damn day is on? Damn, I forgot to ask Dawn. Let me. I'm definitely
gonna text in my information to you.
Okay, y'all. Yes, we're gonna do this. We gonna have a little fun too. We're gonna be serious, but we got to have a little laughter so we won't be tense and toe down. when we fighting for this man and for the, in our men's and in us, because we have to fight. Nobody's gonna fight for us. We too busy punching each other. Shit, they just laughing at us. They laughing at our black ass.
Believe that they are laughing.
Shit, you don't think they?
There's another channel that loves to laugh at us. We're stupid. We don't read. We're dumb. We're this. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh yeah, I already know who you're talking about. We do read. We just point the followers to where they need to go to get the information off .org and stop paying attention to papers that's being posted up. That's why and I actually got that paperwork. I had it shipped to me that Don is talking about that he was showing, and I'm looking at information. I go to my attorneys. I have a client that's a judge, and I'm showing them things, and I know like the label and the stamp and all that kind of stuff. So if you got that on there and all of the certain things, is legit. And I don't, and I anybody that's for Rob, I'm with them. I'm not down for that drama because it's too much. This is enough.
Yeah, he don't deserve this at all.
Yeah, he don't. But you send that information, sweetie. I did too. I cried. Love, I cried, baby, when the lady, Miss D, and I'm glad she told me I can do that. But if y'all also, again, if you guys know any clippings, if y'all have any clippings of any good deeds for Robert, please send them to me so I can put them on that young lady's page, because we want people to see the good deeds in Robert too, because yeah. I appreciate y'all so much, honey. I appreciate all y'all. I don't take nobody for granted around here. I'm not no messy person. Just don't come snap me, because I do got a little bull in me. I try to keep my mama a little bit back here and keep my dad in front, because my dad was that peaceful person. My mama didn't play. But thank you so much, sweetheart. Put your information in, and we all gonna work together. Now, my moderators, I'm gonna get them t-shirts just by April. I promise y'all get them t-shirts by April.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. All right. Y'all, we finna get ready to rock on over here. We gonna go crash block builders party, huh? You know how you go in and you crash somebody's party. We finna go in there and crash his party. I see y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for coming. Thank y'all so much for keeping the peace. I really appreciate everybody. I got a son. I know that's right, baby. That April love off Kelly. Thank you, baby. See, I be trying to mind my own business. Don't come on here picking with me, hell. Shit, that's one thing y'all gotta learn to do. Y'all can't be messing with these quiet ass people. Shit, y'all think these quiet ass people ain't gonna say nothing or do nothing. Just don't do it. Respect people address. Just respectfully. And I didn't mean no harm to what's the name? Talking loud with Keisha, but don't go there talking about no little social media, because that's an insult to me, because I wouldn't do that to your page. Let's work together. Hell yeah, shit. Damn quiet people. Hey, Jersey girl, how you doing, sweetheart? Let's go over there. Let's go over there. This crash block video page. I'm gonna put on their hashtag crashing the party block. Y'all have a blessed one, and I will see y'all next go round. Y'all get them videos in, and y'all keep the peace. Let's be positive here, and let's fight for each other, honey. Oh, honey, I was just trying to get it over here in the background. Have a good weekend. You guys y'all enjoy your weekend, and thank you guys for keeping the peace in here and keeping everything positive. I am so glad, everybody called, come and everything, because I actually saw this man in tears. And I don't think this man gonna call a stranger and crying and don't know him and be in tears. So I that's why I said I don't think there's nothing fake about the man. All right, bless y'all. Let me play my backyard part. I just love this song. We're gonna go with Blocks and have a party. We're going to Blocks to have a party. Let's party. Let's party. Let's party. Hey. Hey. You calling me. Texas Black Diamond, I am closed, honey. Oh, closed. How you doing? No, go ahead, baby. I was just playing. Go ahead. We're finna go ahead and crash. We're gonna go crash Block Benders live.
Oh, he got a live going on?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to get out because I want to respect everybody when they going live and stuff like that. You know, we just gotta work together. So we're finna go over there.
So Don is gone. I can't ask him one question.
He is out. He got his kids. He stayed on a long time, sweetheart.
I know. My time zone is different than y'all. I'm in Toledo, Ohio.
Okay.
Right now it's 9:29.
Oh wow. Don't put a lot of people messing up with my email. Do not put the 8 into diamond. The 8 is not in the diamond. That's where I think a lot of people messing up with my email. So that's the email right there.
Okay. I watched the show and everything, and you know, and I agree with it, and I'm going over that Block too. And I appreciate everything that was going on and everything, you know, but I think, you know,